And we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones Barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones Barbecue today.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the pirate nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome into a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can catch the show online at pr927fm.com. We are streaming there. And you can watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. See all of our videos there, and we post them on Facebook as well. Follow Pirate Radio on all our social media accounts so you can be up to date on everything going on inside and beyond the Pirate Nation. All right, we had to make some audibles on today's show, some late additions, some late subtractions, but we got it all figured out for the next 3 hours. A big show on tap. Brian Bailey going to join us coming up in about 30 minutes to talk about what's going on here locally and beyond in the world of sports. At 4 o'clock, we'll get you ready for some playoff hockey. Hurricanes and Predators, game 1 tonight at PNC Arena. Not full capacity, but should be rocking tonight for some playoff hockey. And we'll get you set for that series coming up at 4 o'clock. At 4:20, Matt Davis, the play-by-play voice of the Wood Ducks, will talk about his first experience of calling the action at Granger Stadium this past week. We'll talk some Woodies coming up at 4:20. We've got Woodies tickets to give away in the 5 o'clock hour. More on that in just a moment. At around 4:45, we'll talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll get you ready for tonight's MLB action and the play-in tournaments, which begin in the NBA on Tuesday night, including Hornets Pacers at 6:30 on Tuesday. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs and more. At 5:15, Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joins us on the show to talk about the big baseball weekend for the Pirates and look ahead. And coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to talk to Alec Burleson. Some awesome news that we just heard earlier today. Burley is moving up from high A to double A. He'll be heading from Peoria to Springfield, and we'll talk to Burley about that big news and how he's been playing so far in minor league baseball. So we got all that coming up. No Ronnie Woodward today, as he and his wife Sarah are at the hospital ready to bring new life into the world.
Wow, congratulations early, I guess.
Yeah, we'll wait till it's, we'll wait till the final score comes out. But Ronnie can't join us today because he's doing some more important things, so congratulations to he and his wife, Sarah. Jonathan Ellerbe joins us to kick off today's edition of Pirate Radio Live here in the studio. Hello, Ellerbe.
What's up, Clip? I knew Ronnie was getting close, but I guess getting closer now as we speak. So,
well, at about 10:30 a.m., he said, I'm set to go for 4 o'clock. And then at about 11:45, he gave me a call and said, well, things have changed.
Yes, and that's the way those things go.
Yeah.
Out of your control. And, hey, look, on baby Woodward time at this point.
There you go. So we got that going on. We got another Hunter Ellerbe home run, but it's not his first anymore. If he's just going to hit them all the time, it's not that big of a deal. So we can bypass that story.
Yeah, congratulations. Hunter hit his second
Hunter
home
E.
Run. Hunter, he's had a good little run here in the Little League. But hey, look, they're back at it again this week, so you can't be bragging about yourself in baseball because it can be humbling really fast. But certainly a fun one, and it was really cool because my parents were able to be in town and watch the game, and so I thought one of the coolest things. You always wonder if you're raising your kids right, if some of the messages are getting through, this and that. Unsolicited after the game, my dad, who has not been feeling so well of late, was able to come to the game, and Hunter came up to him when we got home and gave him a big hug and said, "I hit that home run for you."
Wow, what a moment.
It kind of made me back off a little bit and be like, wow, it was unsolicited praise and love for his grandfather. So it was a lot of fun, and that's the kind of moments that I think makes life special sometimes.
No doubt. That's good stuff there, Ellerbe. All right, good weekend for the Pirates, Jonathan, as the ECU learns on Friday. They are one of the 20 proposed regional sites for a little college baseball tournament going on in a few weeks. They go out and then beat Cincinnati 3 out of 4 times over the weekend, including a victory on Sunday where the Pirates had to use a lot of arms, and that's where they're gonna have to do the rest of the way once you get past Gavin Williams, Tyler Smith, hopefully Carson Wisenhunt. It's going to be a staff day, a staff game for the Pirates. We saw that on Sunday, and they come out with a victory and really a great weekend, where now they know that if they take care of business, they'll be playing some home baseball coming up soon.
Yeah, and they moved up in the polls today as well. So all signs are pointing towards a lock to be a regional host, and really just one throw away from sweeping Cincinnati over the weekend, but certainly 3-1, a great outcome. The Pirates now go down to Tampa this weekend to take on the Bulls, and then just stay down there for the conference tournament. A lot of the folks I've been talking with are how like sports fans are. Everybody likes to get ahead of themselves. After the USF series, like, well, how do you set up? Do you really go hard for the tournament championship? That's always a fun conversation. Or do you have your guys rested and ready to go for the regional?
There's evidence in the past. I'll look it up sometime between now and then that ECU has played better when they haven't fared as well in the conference tournament. Coincidence or not, I don't know. But that has shown that when they don't win the championship, they play pretty well there. We'll see what that means for this year. But Cliff Godwin's not going to take the foot off the gas.
Yeah, here's a stat to consider, and maybe Chandler can jump on this week. But how many teams that were in Omaha in the past few years actually won their conference tournament as well?
Yeah, Chandler, I'll let you handle that one.
So you look up. Obviously, there was no Omaha last year, so you don't have to go to 2020.
No, I'll look that up.
If you go to 2019 and to 2018, the teams that went to Omaha, or how many were able to won their conference tournament, and then obviously won a regional and super regional.
I don't mind doing some homework, Ellerbe.
There you go.
I put in the work on Sunday. And it took me a solid 25 to 30 minutes of sweat, and my fingers were hurting, looking at how the 20 regional sites did over the weekend. And you had some teams that went 3-0, including Arizona against Washington. Oregon went 3-0, Gonzaga 3-0, and South Carolina. Pittsburgh, the only team to go winless, as they were swept by NC State. So that is trouble for the Panthers there, and then everybody else either went 2-1 or 1-2 or 2-2 in the case of the two Conference USA schools. I think that was important as well, where you had it was Southern Miss going 2-2 at FAU, So that kind of drops them down a little bit as well. So just kind of keeping up where everybody else is. Pirates, though, it's not really that important to ECU. They're going to be a 16 if they go 3-1 again next week. Easily.
I
mean, right now, Ellerbe, are we closer to an 8 or a 16 bubble? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we're closer to the 8 at this point.
Right
there in the middle, probably.
Yeah, I just wonder how much you got to press. I think the Pirates get to 2-2 this weekend against the Bulls. I mean, I just feel like they're a lock for that.
They are.
I mean, not. I mean, you hate not to be one of those 4 teams left out of the 20, which makes it interesting. And I guess it's I don't know who is the baseball guy of your first 4 out, like Lenardi is for the basketball, but there's going to be 4 out when that list is released.
Maybe I could carve out that niche.
I mean, obviously, you're willing to put in the 25 minutes a Sunday to do it and sweat.
Yeah.
I mean, were there any tears too, or just all sweat during that 25, 30 minutes?
One single tear and maybe even a little bit of blood, Ellerbe.
I'm expecting Clip Brock then by some point this week to release his first 4 out in the 20 there.
You got it.
And then maybe you update it next Sunday after the games again.
Clip's first 4 out will be coming to Pirate Radio later this week.
All right. Yeah, and then you can, Igoe usually he's coming back on Thursday.
Yeah.
So you could bounce it off him of what he thinks too.
All right.
Because he's obviously following the brackets and everything really close too. The first 4 out coming your way. Clip Brock. Ideas born right here on PRL.
Pirates at South Florida and Ellerbe. It is a Thursday doubleheader this week.
Is it, man? Did I miss that?
I just saw that. Does Corey Glore know that? Because he agreed to be on the show Wednesday, so I need to check in with Corey. But we're supposed to talk to the play-by-play voice for ECU baseball on Wednesday. According to this, ECU plays USF on Thursday.
And I think that does make sense because the conference tournament's going to start next Tuesday, so it gives an extra day off, which is really good that the Pirates aren't in like Cincinnati and then having to fly to Florida. I mean, literally they're like within a 20-minute radius of Clearwater there once they're down there in Tampa, so they can kind of just set up camp from Wednesday till maybe the following Sunday. I mean, you talk about a road trip. If the Pirates go on and play until that Saturday, that could be a long vacation down in the state of Florida, but hopefully a successful one. But it does make sense now that you mention it. And the cool thing about all these games in Tampa is they're all on ESPN Plus. So I know folks were dialed in. I was at, speaking of Little League Baseball, the doubleheader when the Pirates only lost over the weekend. People were like staring at their phones watching that game down in Elm Street Park and watching live baseball. So
I was watching it at AJ's on Friday, Ellerbe.
See, so you were multitasking too.
There you go. So yeah, that's on the way and something to be excited about. Ellerbe, something else to be excited about. Shirley Rhodes doing a fantastic job of keeping up with where all the minor league players are, how they're doing. We will rehash that coming up later on in the show. But got up with Alec Burleson earlier today. Big Burley news as he is moving on up. And this is a very quick turnaround for him. Was playing with the High A Peoria Chiefs, now moves up to Springfield, and had an opportunity to talk about that with Alec Burleson. And let's do it right now as he joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Alec, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I appreciate it.
Alec, so you make the move up to the Springfield Cardinals, and I guess the luxurious life of a minor league baseball player, they got like a first-class plane ticket and everything ready for you, right? You're not driving yourself, right?
No, they actually got me a rental car. But I guess it works out just because if I have to get on a plane, I'll have to sit out a couple days because of COVID. So, and they said if I can get a rental car and I can drive there, then I can play right away tomorrow.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, Alec, that's pretty cool. What is the life of a minor league baseball player been like for you so far?
It's been all right. It's a lot of walking to places if you need something. A lot of hotels. I mean, the first couple nights I was sleeping on a pull-out mattress, but other than that, I mean, it's awesome. I'm loving it.
We keep up with what you're doing. Shirley Rhodes does a great job here of updating us every day on what the former Pirates are doing in minor league baseball. Pack's killing the ball. Jake Washer got in as a pitcher. Alec, I don't know if you saw that. That was pretty crazy. So we're updating what all the former Pirates are doing, and you've been crushing it, man. You've been locked in here to start your season. Is it one of those situations where it looks like a beach ball when it's coming up to the plate right now?
I wouldn't say it looks like a beach ball. I still have to work to get my pitch. It's just, you know, that I'm getting into good counts and they're throwing me fastballs and I'm not missing them. So, I mean, yeah, the fastball looks good, but I mean, it's definitely a different game up here for sure.
And Alec, we've also seen your defensive prowess this season as well. Some defensive highlights, including, I think it was opening night, you made that great diving catch, which we saw online. How much are you working on that side of the game, along with what you're doing at the plate?
I mean, probably just as much. I mean, I definitely take pride in my defense for sure. And obviously, if I think that game I was 0 for 2 at that point, or 0 for 3 or something. So, I mean, if I can help the team win, if I can't help them win at the plate, I'm going to try and help them out in the field. So, no, it's just, like I said, I take pride in my defense, and you know, when I'm not going good at the plate, I try and help the team win out there.
Alec Burleson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Burley, I remember talking to you before the season got started and when it was still kind of unknown where you would be, when it all would begin. So there's a lot of unknowns that go with this. Did you have any idea that you'd be moving up this fast? Was this in your plans? Did you think this was a chance for it to happen?
This was not even a thought going into the season. I was thrilled to be starting in high A. And I didn't even think I would be going, especially this quick. I didn't think. Obviously, it's a goal, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. I mean, the manager called me last night, and he said, "Hey, Burley, just want to give you congratulations on your home run today." And I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "Also, congratulations, you're going to Springfield." And so he kind of walked me through the process and everything, and called my parents first, and they called Coach Godwin and called a bunch of other family and friends. And so, yeah, like I said, I didn't think it'd be this quick, but, you know, I mean, I'm excited. I'm still got about 3.5 hours till I get there, but I'm just excited to, you know, I have a good start, and obviously that it's being recognized. So.
Alec Burleson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Burley making the drive to his new stomping grounds. And Burley, you said if you had to hop on a plane, you'd have to wait a little bit to play. If you could drive, you could play right away. So when is the next scheduled game for Springfield? When do you expect to be in their lineup?
So the next game's tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be in the lineup. I don't know I haven't really talked to anybody about that. But the way the season's set up for, I think, all minor leagues is you play Tuesday through Sunday, 6-game series, and then you have Monday off. So just taking the off day to get there and get settled in, and then play tomorrow. Like I said, I haven't talked to anybody about if I'm playing, where I'm playing. Just want to get there for right now. So.
How awkward is that, Burley? I mean, you're just getting to know your teammates at Peoria, the coaching staff, everybody. Now, like you said, you don't really know the coaches here coming up at Springfield. So how weird is that, kind of walking into the clubhouse and just grabbing a bat, grabbing a glove, and heading out to the field, taking care of your own business, but also trying to win games along with your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I was just getting some of the guys. I mean, yesterday when I got the call, so we had an early game yesterday, and we were all grilling out down at the hotel. We had burgers and hot dogs and stuff, and so I was just getting close with, you know, the team and the coaching staff and stuff. And but, you know, it's also nice that I'm moving up, so it's kind of, you know, miss those guys. I'm going to miss those guys, but also I'm glad to be moving up and hopefully make some new friends on the Springfield team. So.
Burley heading to Springfield. Shirley, Evan Krasinski is with Memphis Redbirds. Is that right? So he's at the AAA level, Burley, and be cool if both of you guys could meet up along the way or meet up in St. Louis one day. That'd be awesome as well. Speaking of Evan and Pirates, how much are you keeping up with what Cliff Godwin and the guys are doing this year, Burley, putting together another great season as they should be one of the 16 regional sites coming up in a few weeks?
Yeah, unbelievable season. I know. I'm playing 6 games in 6 days. I couldn't imagine playing 4 games in 3 days, even though we did do it in the regional in 19. But I got off the phone with Coach Godwin yesterday after I told him that I was getting called up, and then right after that we started talking Pirate baseball. So it's tough because I'm at the field. I can't really watch the games, but any chance I get, I'm streaming it on the ESPN app or whatever. So definitely keeping up with them, and Mom and Dad are keeping me updated too. So
yeah, that's awesome. It certainly is a Pirate family. Once a Pirate, always a Pirate. Burley, quick hair update. You still got a lot on the top, not as much as maybe you once had, and it looks like no facial hair going for you right now. So is that something you're going to go beardless here as long as you're hitting well?
So it's actually a organizational rule. You can't have facial hair. So, but I mean, it's not my favorite look. But if it's going to keep giving me hits, then I'll keep using it. So
there you go. That's all you can do. Alec Burleson joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line. Burley, thanks so much for a few minutes of your time, man. And like I said, we're keeping up with you. We're all rooting you on here in Greenville, and we're following you. We're all look. I'm a Braves fan, but with you and Cruz, I got to root for the Cardinals organization a little bit. So keep up the good work, man, and we'll keep in touch with you. And we wish you nothing but the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
Alec Burleson joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line, moving up from High A to Double A in 12 games, 2 weeks, really, less than 2 weeks of minor league baseball. So talk about a quick rise, Ellerbe. He himself said he had no idea he'd be moving up this quickly.
Hey, always cool when the manager calls you and say, hey, great home run last night. And by the way, pack your bags.
Pack your bags.
That's a good pack your bags.
Exactly.
We're so used to watching Hard Knocks when we say, Clip, I need your playbook. Yeah, so but awesome. Hey, look, he has another 2 weeks fast right. He could be up there, be teammates with Cruz again. He's at AAA, right?
Yeah. Well, at this rate, he'll be with the Cardinals in a month. So
yeah.
Evan Krasinski right now at the AAA level, and now Burley at AA, playing some AA baseball here pretty soon, and taking the car so he doesn't have to have any like COVID protocol time off. So he said he was on a 6-hour drive and gave us a few minutes of your time, so we appreciate that today on Pirate Radio Live.
You know, that 6-hour drive feels great too. I mean, a lot of positive vibes going on, thinking about going to the next level, and hopefully he can be as successful there as he's been so far in the Peoria Chiefs.
We will give you an update on what's going on with all the minor league guys later on in today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. So a lot of baseball this weekend, Ellerbe, for you. When it comes to ECU and Little League Baseball, anything else on your sports docket?
No, that's obviously, now that we are aware that it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hunter has Little League games Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'll have Pirates Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So definitely a lot to keep up with, for sure.
Your ECU baseball recap here on Pirate Radio is brought to you by Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance. You can call him at 531-1812. Brandon's clients always have a cell phone number. He's available before or after business hours. Call Brandon today, 531-1812, to schedule a review and to get a free quote. Brandon was on the show with us last week, Ellerbe, so he was sitting at Clark LeClaire last week, and he sent me a message while I was doing PA and said, I'm sitting beside a family member of Alec Makarevich, and you've been saying his name. Everybody's been saying his name wrong since he got here. Instead of Makarevich, it's Makarevich, like a car. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'll correct that on Sunday. And then Corey joined me on the show, Corey Glore, middle of last week. I told him that was a shock to him. He was upset that Alec hadn't told him anything about it.
Wow.
Like, look, you got to tell me how to say your name. So from what I gather, Corey told that story on the air, and he told the ESPN Plus people about it over at Cincinnati. So we finally got Alec Makarevich's name right after all these games.
And it's never too late to start doing things right,
Great lesson in life.
It is. You can always, but it's also good to point out if there's mistakes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, as many times that you get called Cliff and you just be like, oh, okay. No, it's
Pretty much every time.
It's Clip,
Yeah.
CILP, Clip Brock.
Well, that would be Kilp.
CLIP?
That's correct, yes.
Did I say K?
No, you said CILP.
Oh, CLIP. Sorry about it. See, I've made a mistake.
I decided to correct you.
It's
on
all
that.
about being vulnerable. And when you make mistakes, then you correct them and you apologize and you move on. You don't do it again. Sorry about that, CLIP.
Not a problem at all. ELLERBE.
Yeah, lots of good feedback on Brandon Manning on the show last week. A lot of people.
Really? There's Brandon Manning fans out there?
There are at least 3 or 4 that I ran into that they heard Brandon Manning on the show, so he was reaching the Pirate Nation when you had him on talking baseball. And look,
You know who Brandon's biggest fan is?
Brandon Manning.
Yes.
Yes, he has his own cell phone number.
I've known Brandon a long time. He's an awesome dude and proud sponsor of our baseball recap, which Ellerbe, it's been fun. It's a lot more fun this baseball season than it has been, in past football seasons when you come on Mondays and we have to talk about losses. Although those were fun at the end of the year last year with the Pirates winning the back-to-back games to wrap up the season. In fact, do we have a countdown? Can we get an early look at how many days we have left until kickoff?
Do you know how many days there are?
I don't, but we're about to find out.
Yes.
We got to get our ring person.
The folks are in there working hard. The most talented ring person we had today.
Chandler's not wearing shorts today.
What?
We're not even going to see any leg.
We weren't telling him.
Oh, we are going to see leg.
Wow.
Plenty of it.
Wow. Special whiteboard.
White-legged. White-legged.
I think you may be moving too fast.
108 days away from kickoff. Pirates and Mountaineers at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte.
Yes, in Charlotte, North Carolina. 108. You know what it'll be this time next week, Clip Brock?
Yes. I'm good at math.
Triple digits will be on the extinct list.
That is true. By the end of next week, we'll be down to double digits.
And maybe
Great job, Troy D.
Here's a great way to start challenging the whiteboard ring person is when you get under to double digits and to single digits to see if you can come up with the favorite pirate of that number. That wore that number, just to make it interesting.
Chandler would be pretty good at that.
Yes. So
I think he could handle that.
So when they walk in with the whiteboard, and when it gets to double digits, I want you to say, who wore it best?
All right.
So there you go.
At Chandler, you can only name long snappers.
What are the numbers long snappers have to wear?
Like in the 50 offensive lineman numbers, 50s,
40s,
60s.
50s.
40s, 50s. Kind of like management around here.
Well done. All right, Ellerbe, thanks for hanging out.
See you next week. Hopefully another victory Monday.
I'm feeling it. I think we will, and we'll be previewing the conference tournament. Time for some postseason baseball around here.
Yeah, and we even mentioned the big man himself, Cliff Godwin, on the program Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Be coming up Tuesday at 5.
Yeah, so a lot of baseball talk all week.
Oh, win number 250, right?
Yes,
250 wins for Cliff Godwin. It's a nice milestone.
I think if he is able to make it in studio, I think the whiteboard we should give him a little whiteboard treatment coming up on.
He'd really enjoy that.
Coming up on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. That'll throw him off a little bit.
All right, we'll plan on that. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Double B, Brian Bailey joins us on the other side. So we'll talk more Pirate baseball and everything else going on in the world of sports. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you on a Monday after this.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. Baseball is back, and the Wood Ducks have so much in store this season. We have dollar beer every Thursday, presented by Natural Life. Mother Earth Friday with discounted beer prices. Giveaways and Pepsi Saturdays plus Sundays are Dogs and Dogs Days, presented by Riverbank Animal Hospital and Friendly Mart Food Stores. Be sure to purchase your game tickets in advance or online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling Wood Ducks offices at 252-686-5164. Book soon for the 2021 season. Go Woodies!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Save during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Spring Styles event. Freshen things up, make a statement, and make it exciting. Save on new looks, new colors, new styles. We have so many beautiful ways to update your home. Explore our 35,000 square foot showroom. From name brands like Bassett, Lazy Boy, Rowe, Kincaid, and Restonic, get up to 15% off plus 6 months special financing, or get special financing for 48 months. Step up your style right now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gallenberg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gallenberg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gallenberg Lawns today for a free quote at 919-647-6193.
Gallenberg Lawns, we make it pretty.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on a busy Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We got a great Tuesday show already on tap for you as well. Cliff Godwin going to join us on Tuesday, and we are also planning to talk to Dorothea Forbridge, the ECU women's golfer who was competing down in Louisiana last week at the regionals, and that got canceled, and now Riggs from Barstool Sports has put together this Let Them Play Classic. It's going to be a team event. They're going to have individual and team champions next week or this coming week. And Dorothea is heading it out on Tuesday, but planning to talk to us here on Pirate Radio Live before she heads out. So we're planning to talk to her coming up on Tuesday and talking about what this week has been like for her and also getting ready for a potential championship. The NCAA has approved it. So there will be golf coming up this week, and we hope to catch up with Dorothea coming up on the show on Tuesday. All right, let's talk to Double B, Brian Bailey, now on the Fixed NC Live line. Bailey, how's your golf game these days?
It's funny you said that. I just got invited to play later this week, and I think I'm going to turn it down. I haven't played in a long time, and I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I don't have time to be playing any golf.
We were talking about it last week with Bryce Williams and Chandler. They got in a lot of golf during the COVID year, and we had people chiming in, Bailey, during that segment that said, I guess there was some numbers put out there about all the millions and millions of people that spend most of their COVID time playing golf. There's nothing else to do, so a lot of people spend their time getting their game right. Now for you, all these sports are going on. You definitely don't have time for it.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't play any golf really during the COVID either. I don't know what. Well, during the COVID, I know what I was doing. I was waking up every morning trying to figure out what to do for a sports to keep my job. Well, I know that was going on, but I need to get back out there, go see John LaMonica at Ironwood and hang out with him a little bit and see if he'll teach me how to play this great game.
Well, Bailey, how about ECU baseball over the weekend, taking 3 out of 4, and the Pirates heard their name called on Friday. How about a weird situation there, Bailey, where, all right, you're one of the 20 potential regional sites, but don't celebrate because you got to go play 4 games at Cincinnati, 4 games at South Florida, and then you got a conference tournament. So that's, I don't know, that's tough for kids to do, right? To put that in the back of their mind and go play baseball.
Yeah, and I think when you look at it, the Cliffs does a great job of trying to make sure that they are focused on what they're supposed to be focused on. And I think that, and he's really adamant about, one game at a time and that kind of thing, and staying focused. So I don't think that had a whole lot of play this weekend. I think he kind of knew they were going to be playing, 4 very difficult games, and those games were fun to watch. I mean, the announcers said a couple of times it was like a regional type atmosphere, but it really was. I mean, there were some outstanding games. The Pirates lost the heartbreaker on the air at second, but they came back and won after that. And it was really just, for the most part, I thought very well played and clutch hitting. I think if I'm Cliff Dobbin, I'm looking at my pitching staff and thinking, in one hand, I'm like, my starters, they may not be doing what they're supposed to be doing, but everybody else is. I mean, you got to be happy with that.
Brian, I just thought of this because that Friday night game was a lot of fun. Didn't go the Pirates' way, but, man, they battled back. They scored one when they needed to, got into extra innings. Is the runner on second, is that an American rule for extra innings, or is that a college baseball rule? Will we see that in regionals, super regionals, and in Omaha? Do you know?
I don't know the answer to that, and I don't know if that's only in double headers if they do that or not. I'm not sure.
I think it's for every game. I think it's just an AAC rule. I just don't know if it's across the board or not. But
I'm not sure if it's across, because I haven't had a chance to watch, besides Pirate baseball. I watched a little bit of college baseball this weekend. There was a couple of good games on, kind of just casually watching them. But that whole putting a runner on second base, that's a different. It makes for a different game, even though the idea is so you don't go 12, 15 innings. But it kind of puts you when you're batting first, your idea is to get that run. When you're batting second, you know what you've got in front of you, and I don't know. It's kind of a different feel to it.
It always feels like if you don't get one, you're in a lot of trouble. And if you're on the other side, if you only give up one, you got a shot. It's like anything more than one or under one, it almost decides it. But you got to get that one across. Talking to Double B, Brian Bailey on the Fixed NC Live line. Bailey got some more positive news last week, towards the end of the week, with these capacity restrictions being lifted. I heard you talking to Todd Gibson earlier today on the Brian Bailey Show. Hurricanes hockey tonight. They're going to have more fans at PNC Arena. Won't be 100%, but it should be rocking tonight for some playoff hockey. And now I'm kind of waiting on the NCAA to come in and say, okay, we put out that 50% mandate. That was before all this these restrictions were lifted. We're going to lift the 50 restriction and leave it up to the teams, the states, the schools to say how many people can go to their games, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense that the NCAA is going to cap it at 50 when everybody else is allowing people to go in to games.
Well, I think you said it best right there. The NCAA, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's a whole lot of things that go on that don't make a lot of sense, with the NCAA, and that's one of them right there. I mean, you would think that somebody would come up and say exactly what you said, but that's common sense, and there's not a whole lot of that going around at the NCAA sometimes. But yeah, I mean, let the schools figure it out, let the states figure it out. I mean, obviously, if Governor Cooper had still had us on a 50% mandate, then that's all we'd be able to have is 50%. But, the governor's letting us have 100%. Why not have 100%?
I still think there's a chance that happens, Bailey. I hope so anyway.
I think so, too.
Yeah, as we get closer to it. Brian Bailey going to get some sun on those arms and legs. You're headed to the beach next week, right?
Headed to Clearwater. I'm going to leave on Sunday. And we're going to do the Brian Bailey Show live at noon on Monday from Clearwater, the home of the Clearwater Threshers. They changed the name of that ballpark. It used to be Spectrum Field. I think now it's Bay something Field. It's not Bay Watch, I don't think, but Bay Water Field, something like that. Got to figure it out once we get there.
Bailey, some more postseason baseball taking place. Pitt Community College trying to get back to the World Series. They will play coming up tonight, I believe, at 7:00 for a chance to get back to the World Series. So Tommy Easton's guys surviving and advancing over the weekend.
And that's the key, man. You get in those tournaments like that, and if you can keep winning, you can go a long way. So we wish him the very best of luck for sure in that deal.
Did you see the Rose and Conley matchups from last week, Bailey? I understand some good baseball played between those rivals.
Very good. And you think about, the coaches in that deal. I mean, Jason Mills has been doing it for a long time, a great coach, and has had such great success. And Ronald Vincent, of course, the all-time winningest coach in North Carolina's baseball history. And, when Conley and Rose get together, it always means a whole lot to a whole lot of people. And they may play again in the playoffs, and I think that would be just incredible. That's happened before, so that would be, and hopefully we'll get a big crowd out for that.
Talking to Double B, Brian Bailey, Chandler, this just came out, Charlotte Hornets PR. Gordon Hayward out tomorrow night. Pretty sure he's dead. I haven't seen him in months.
You might as well just count him out for the rest of the year, I believe.
Cody Martin out for tomorrow night. The Hornets remain banged up, and they can't win a game. They totally limp down the stretch, and they're into the play-in tournament coming up tomorrow night. You got Canes hockey tonight, Bailey. So how much attention are you paying to hockey and basketball postseason?
Well, we pay a lot of attention to it. My whole theory on sports is that, North Carolina, we have a handful of professional sports, and it's our state. And so we try to show the Hurricanes and the Hornets most nights, at least a player or two to say they won or they lost. So we'll keep a keen eye on that. Nolan Knight's actually going to be live from PNC Arena for the 5:00 newscast tonight.
Nice.
So he'll do that, and I'm going to Raleigh on Wednesday.
All right.
Working doing that. So that'll be fun, and playoff hockey is just so different. And as I said today, talking to Todd Gibson, I mean, being from the South and not being a big hockey guy growing up, it's a little different. I'm still learning some of the stuff. But if you ever go to a Hurricanes game, you feel the emotion. And if you ever get a chance to cover the Hurricanes, those guys are really just super nice guys, and they really go about trying to sell their sport, kind of like the old NASCAR guys used to do. And guys were, they were like gods to a lot of people in the South, especially. But the hockey players are basically the same way. They understand that their sport is not the most popular sport, but they're trying to sell it, and they do a good job of it.
Bailey, speaking of pro sports, this comes about at least once a year when something comes over the news, and this past week or two, it was the Oakland A's potentially leaving Oakland and relocating, and then you see a lot on social media about bring baseball to Raleigh, bring baseball to Charlotte. You've been around here a while, Bailey. I respect your opinion on a lot of things. Would Major League Baseball work in North Carolina? If so, where should it be? What's your take on Major League Baseball in the state of North Carolina?
baseball is such a difficult, sport because of the fact that there's so many games and you're looking at so much money involved. I think it would work, but I don't know if Charlotte's the place or Raleigh's the place or, what you do as far as that goes, because you're going to need Charlotte's probably the better option because you've got South Carolina right there, and maybe you do something like the Carolina Panthers and you just call it Carolina to represent North and South Carolina. But I think it would work, but it's just a whole different animal, with all the corporate sponsorships that you have to have, but it'd be fun, wouldn't it, to have a baseball team in North Carolina? That would be cool.
So would you drop all your Cubs memorabilia and root for them, or what would you do?
Only if they brought Harry Carey back out of the grave and let him do play-by-play.
All right, fair enough.
Hey.
You know what? If they bring Skip Carey out of the grave, I'll root for him. So there you go. We're on board.
Right there.
Brian Bailey joining us, or should I say Mr. Bailey. How about Carlos Cardoza earlier today, the manager of the Wood Ducks, joined Brian Bailey on the Brian Bailey Show. And you want to talk about a guy that is kind of cutting his teeth in the managerial business in professional baseball, Bailey. He said he was nervous to do an interview with you, right? He's really new on the scene as far as managers go.
Well, we did a Zoom last week on opening day because we can't do live stuff right now. We could last week. And so when he got on the Zoom, he was really a nice kid, and he's like, I've never done one of these before. Do you want to prep me a little bit? And I just told him, I said, look, you're dealing with an old sportscaster. I'm not very smart, so I can't ask you too much stuff that's going to be complicated. And he laughed, and it was just a really good interview because he speaks from the heart on everything he says. And that's why I want to have him on the radio today, because I thought that people, especially people in Greenville, because a lot of people in Greenville go to the ball games, go to the Wood Ducks games. It's not just for T-shirt night or jersey night or whatever, or Thirsty Thursday. It's you get to see some pretty good baseball too at times. So I think he's doing a great job. They're off to a 9-3 start. They went 6-0 on their first road trip. So that's something he can always hang his hat on.
Looked like an awesome crowd on Saturday, and I was thinking to myself Friday and Saturday, Bailey, if I had some gas in the car, I might head to Kinston, but at that time I was a little nervous about that. I finally found some. How's the Bailey gas situation right now? We all good?
I think we're all good. I saw that one of the sheets was open the other night, so I came home trying to be the good husband and got Melissa's vehicle and
all right,
got it filled up and brought it back. And so I was just trying to do my husbandly duty, but filled the truck up last week, and I'm hoping it lasts until the shortage is over. So I think we're getting close.
Yeah,
it looks like every time you turn around that more stations are open. And we'll get through this thing somehow.
BB's good to go. Bailey, how about Ryan Kerrigan goes from Washington to Philly? I'm glad he didn't end up a Cowboy, but I hate when those guys stay in division like that. It's going to make me sick to see him in that uniform.
Yeah, that's a bad deal. I mean, I saw that, and I thought to myself, what if he goes to the Cowboys? But he didn't. He went to the Eagles.
So you can keep hating him then. So it's fine for you.
On the hate scale, it's 1 and 1A. So.
Great edition of the Brian Bailey Show earlier today. You can hear the interview with Coach Cardoza from the Down East Wood Ducks, Wade Howe, Ryan Robinson, and also Gibby, Todd Gibson. So you packed a lot in that hour. It's coming up at 6 o'clock if you missed it earlier. And thanks for joining us, Bailey. Have a great rest of your week, man.
You too, man.
There's Double B, Brian Bailey, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We will take a time out, come back, wrap up hour number 1, and get you ready for a big hour 2, where we will talk Canes hockey, some gambling, some Wood Ducks, and more. All ahead on Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to get to. We're back with you after this.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stantonburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials, and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's Turnberry Square at Bells Fork and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the black conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
In studio today with Natalie Edwards from AG Home Solutions and eXp Realty. Natalie, you have a unique partnership because you work in the real estate market and also work with AG Home Solutions. How does that help your clients?
So it's interesting, the trends that we're currently seeing in real estate. Inventory is so low. We're seeing a high percentage of folks who want to renovate their spaces, perhaps add a home office because now they're working from home. And so they come to us with those design ideas and we're able to help them navigate through that.
What other trends are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing increased needs for home office space, folks being able to do virtual learning from home. So how can we redesign that space so it's functional? We're also seeing folks that do want to take advantage of this being a seller's market, and so they want to freshen up that space and get it ready to put on the market. And so we can come in and provide them with some good guidance on things that they might want to consider before they list their property.
For real estate or remodeling, how can folks contact you?
252-947-2526 or aghomesolutions.com.
Come into CPW's today and take a ride with them on their Road Food Tour Seafood Edition. Make plans this month for a pit stop at CPW's and enjoy some of the best dishes the road has to offer. Start off with a rich and creamy bowl of she crab soup or the Bamonte scallops and pancetta. Try these great dishes and more this month at CPW's. And make sure to join CPW's on Tuesdays for date night. CPW's, Stanton Square across from the hospital in Greenville.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now, let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, busy Monday edition of PRL. Great Tuesday show already planned for you, including Cliff Godwin's. We'll talk some Pirate baseball. Also, Dorothea Forbridge going to join us on the show, and we'll connect some dots here. We got her on the show thanks to Malcolm Gray and also women's golf coach Cece Buford. And Cece is the brother of Chase, who played for Joe Dooley when he was an assistant coach at Kansas.
Oh, so a little 6 degrees of separation here?
Her father, R.C., is the general manager of the San Antonio Spurs. And it was a big Spurs weekend with Tim Duncan going into the Hall of Fame, and saw Greg Popovich there. And also saw that, of course, Kobe Bryant was inducted into the Hall of Fame. It is still just crazy to believe he's not with us anymore. And some other names as well over the weekend. Chris Webber going into next year's Hall of Fame. And Chandler is really down today due to what the Hornets have done over the last week.
Yeah.
I mean, just awful.
I mean, you...
Do you blame...
I mean...
Do you blame the injuries? For losing to the teams they lost to? I don't.
No. I mean, you got to get wins. You got to get wins down the stretch, and the Hornets did the absolute opposite of that. They
got losses.
Did they even get a win last week in the 4-game stretch that they had?
Negative. I think they've lost 5 in a row.
So they needed that one bad. They needed. I mean, the Knicks game on Saturday at 1:00. They get a win there, and the Pacers lose. They get the 8th seed. I don't know if the Pacers lost on Saturday, but they needed to win yesterday in Washington and didn't get it. They led majority of the way. It was a back and forth. It was a great game, but at the end, the Washington Wizards pull away with a 5-point win.
One of the hottest teams right now.
And they take that 8th seed from the Hornets. And now the Hornets not only just drop, they don't go to the 9th seed, they go to the 10th seed.
Yeah.
They have been as low as the 4th seed, or high, I should say, the high as the 4th seed this year in the Eastern Conference. Then they kind of went to, I think they went to 6th.
Wasn't that long ago either.
No. They were sitting at 4, then they went to 6. They were at 8 for a long time, and we were looking to, kind of secure that 8th spot, and it comes down to the last game, and the Hornets lose. And they're the 10th seed. They play tomorrow night against the Indiana Pacers.
Which means they not only have to beat the Pacers, they also have to beat the loser of Boston and Washington.
Yeah, the 8th seed would have been you would have been sitting pretty at the 8th seed, because if you get a loss at the 8th seed,
boom,
the 10th seed isn't that exciting, Clip.
Nope, Swansea just scored.
I'll tell you what is Andre Ayew with a beautiful goal, and Swansea City takes a 1-0 lead. Speaking of play-in tournaments, I'm all about some play-in tournaments. Swansea in a play-in tournament right now, trying to get back to the Premier League.
Wait, so soccer has a play-in tournament?
So soccer has, and watch this, Shirley, for a great pass here, but look at this finish.
Okay, hold on. I got to see this.
All
right.
So Swansea is in the division below the Premier League now.
Oh, nice. He bent it like Beckham.
Which is called the Championship for some dumb reason.
Oh, yeah.
The top 2 teams from the Championship move on to the Premier League. Teams 3 through 6 play in a tournament, and the winner that comes out of that also goes to the Premier League.
Got you.
Right now, Swansea is in that tournament.
Just to let you know, I am not upset with you for interrupting our Hornets talk, because I wanted to end that abruptly, and that's what happened. And but hopefully the Hornets can get a win tomorrow night against the Pacers. But like you said, one win is not enough. You'll have to face the loser of the 7th and 8th seed. So we'll see what the Hornets can do.
All right. Shirley, how you doing today? As you yawn into the microphone.
I'm doing great.
Good to
For
hear.
a Monday.
We will hear more from you coming up when we go to the Shirley Rhodes news desk at 5 o'clock. Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, our old buddy intern Brooks Hill, going to talk some Canes Predators game 1 tonight. Matt Davis is the play-by-play voice of the Wood Ducks. He joins us in hour 2, as does the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll get his thoughts on Hornets Pacers, all the NBA action, and the play-in tournaments, the baseball slate for tonight, and more. And Stephen Igoe said to join us in the 5 o'clock hour. We also got a great giveaway for you, some Wood Ducks tickets on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. So stay tuned. We roll on hour 2 of PRL. Back with you after this.
Pirate Radio podcast.
Sam Jones of Sam Jones Barbecue and Skylight Inn fame. If it's not cooked with wood, it's not barbecue. That's kind of the big theme of Skylight and your family's history of whole hog barbecue.
If you go back to the origins of barbecue, that was the only heat source. You know, once upon a time, people cooked hogs in the ground. You simply dig a hole, put something to span that pit, and lay the hog on it. Sometimes it was tree limbs, for instance. And I said, after all these generations, our family has evolved about 3 foot above grade in the block pit.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your Wild Cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't.
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. It is time for some playoff hockey. We will talk about it with our resident Caniac, Brooks Hill, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Coming up on Tuesday, we'll talk to the PA announcer of the Carolina Hurricanes, Wade Minter. He'll be there tonight, which should be a festive atmosphere at PNC Arena. And Brooks is ready to go, and he joins us here today. Brooks, how you doing, man?
Doing good. It's finally here. Playoffs have arrived in Raleigh.
Brooks, the Predators, who the Canes will play here in the first round, ended the season with 2 straight wins over Carolina. Tell me why I should be concerned about that, or that should not matter at all heading into this series.
I don't think you should hold your breath over it. The Hurricanes really weren't playing for anything at that point, especially when they got to Game 2, sitting 12 out of the regular 23 people who would play on any given night. I would say, the first game was win or go home, really, for Nashville. So you were going to get the kitchen sink from them. And the Hurricanes had already clinched the division. And, in fact, they had the T-shirts on the plane with them that they were wearing in the hotel before they even got to the arena because of some Tampa, Florida game point spreads. I don't know how all that one worked out. But essentially, the Hurricanes won the division, and Nashville, having to win just to get in, came out and played a really good 2 games. I did not hit the panic button like a lot of people were, but you're not going to really hold your breath over the last 2 games of the season going into the playoffs.
All right, so on that note, every team in every sport needs to be healthy as they head into the postseason, especially this team, Brooks, which has been banged up by injuries despite the fantastic year. So who is not available for the Canes in this series? How healthy are they as they head into the series with the Predators?
As far as what I'm looking at right now, the only person who is not definitely playing tonight is Cedric Paquette. Brock McGinn, who has been out for a while, this last week or so of the regular season, is going to come back in and be on the 4th line with Steven Lorentz and Jordan Martinook. And they keep saying that Jacob Slavin is a game-time decision, but he skated with the team at practice yesterday and then also was at the morning skate today, which is pointing towards yes, but he is listed as a game-time decision.
Speaking of the morning skate, I guess Rod Brindamore was a little sly and non-committal about who will be starting in the net tonight for Carolina, but all signs are pointing to Ned. Is that true?
If you would go with the traditional way goalies practice in the NHL, there's a starter's crease on one side of the ice and the backup on the other side, and also one of the goalie leaves halfway through practice when it's his day to start, and Nedeljkovic was in the starting crease and also left practice halfway through, which means all signs point to Nedeljkovic. Now, he did not 100% commit to say Alex Nedeljkovic is our Game 1 starter. Next question. But your guess is as good as mine, but I'd be willing to put money on that Nedeljkovic will start tonight.
All right, intern Brooks, we still call you that. Brooks Hill joining us on the Fixed NC.
I'm just never going to shake it, I guess.
Brooks,
got to get big enough where y'all guys can go like, yep, that was our intern one time.
We're going to call you Mr. Hill at that point. Brooks is fine. Hockey resident expert Brooks Hill joining us. Brooks, how about the keys for success for tonight and for this playoff series against the Predators? What do the Hurricanes need to do to win?
They need to get back on their mojo on the power play. The last week of the season, they kind of went through a dull and I believe only scored 2 through their last 4 games on the power play. Their kill, however, has seemed to improve a whole lot, and their teams are really only scoring when they're 5-on-3. So special teams will be a very big factor, and also you've got to keep the emotions in check here. if Nedeljkovic does start tonight, it'll be his first playoff game ever, making his first start. Excuse me, so a little bit of nerves in there. And then also you have to play into the matchups. When you're at home ice, we talked about it over the summer when you were asking what the advantage are of playing at home or being the designated home team. And like in baseball where you get to bat last, in hockey you get to change last. So the other team has to put their players on the ice first, and you can adjust accordingly. So if Slavin does play, you can look for Slavin and Hamilton to match up against some of the bottom two lines for Nashville, and Pesci and Brady Shea playing against top line firepower for the Predators.
How about the atmosphere at PNC? It's not going to be 100%, not going to be as good as it could be, Brooks, but should be an uptick, right? With the restrictions being lifted a little bit, you think there will be a noticeable home ice advantage for the Canes?
I mean, I sure hope so, because I think everybody who watched the games last week saw what kind of home ice advantage Nashville got when they opened up the floodgates and let 75% in. And, you know, I think it got a little bit of shock to their system, just a tad, but I think the people who are going there tonight understand what's on the line, what they need to do. Unfortunately, I would not be there as I have the award ceremony for my lacrosse team tonight, so I couldn't make it tonight. I just have to live with that, but I'll be watching it as soon as I get home for sure. And hopefully everybody there stands up the entire time. They cheer loud, and you know, they bring the energy so the guys can feed off of that.
Brooks, there have been 6 playoff games thus far. 4 have gone into overtime. 5 have been decided by 1 goal. These are teams that know each other very well. They've played each other all season. There's got to be something to that as to why these games have been so close, so tight, and have gone into OT and been nail biters all the way. Is that kind of what you think as well, that because the familiarity with these teams, there's going to be some tight matchups?
I think so across the board for the playoffs this year, or at least it could be the first 2 rounds are all close games, and then when you finally pair up teams, one from each division against each other in the Final Four, who knows? It could be blowouts. Now, I don't want to say that every game has the potential to go 6 to 7 games, but I think that there could be a sweep, but every game is a 1-goal game. You know, every game is kind of individual to itself, where, you know what, like the Islanders won yesterday in overtime over Pittsburgh, and the Islanders could just win by 1 again tomorrow and win both games in Pittsburgh, and then go home to the Coliseum and be up 2-0. You know, 1-goal games make you hold your breath, but they are exciting to watch.
And again, it's all different this year. No Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Once you get through the first 2 rounds, they're going to reseed. So, Brooks, who are if the Canes make a run here, can knock off the Predators, then can knock off the one of those Florida teams, Panthers or Lightning, who are you watching out for? Is it those teams out west with Vegas and Colorado? Is it teams right here that we're used to seeing in the East with Pittsburgh, Washington, or somebody I didn't mention? Who's going to be the last few standing here?
I think that you just mentioned one of them. I think Colorado is the best team in the NHL. And they're going to try to go up 1-0 against St. Louis tonight. I think from the North Division, Toronto could come out, but Toronto doesn't have any defense or goaltending. They're just going to try to, they're going to try to score 6 goals a night and hope you only get 5. And in the East Division, the Islanders looks good. Pittsburgh has looked good. They won the division, and I can't believe yesterday the thing was the Capitals were home underdogs as a higher seed to Boston, and Washington won in overtime. So in the East Division, it's kind of just a toss-up, really. Really, any one of those 4 teams could win their division. But I think the Hurricanes are the favorite to get out of the Central as far as I've seen from across the board, and the Hurricanes are obviously the favorite to win this series, which, rat poison, Cliff Godwin term there. If you see too much of it, you start to get worried. Everybody tells you how good you're supposed to be. It messes with how good you actually are. But I would say Colorado for sure is heavy favorite to win the Cup, or at least be one of the 2 final teams standing.
Brooks Hill joining us. Brooks, who are your 3 stars tonight? Who's your main star for Carolina? Who's going to have a big night for the Canes, in your opinion?
Oh, let's see here. In my opinion, I think you're going to see Aho contribute in a lot of ways back on the line with Niederreiter and Teravainen. You're going to see, I think, Jordan Stahl play some great defense as a centerman, down low and against the boards and winning those puck battles, or at least drawing Nashville to get out of position, making them use 2 men against him just to get the puck away down low on either side of the ice. And I would have to go with Nedeljkovic if he truly is a starter. He won a Calder Cup in 2019 with the Charlotte Checkers when they were the Hurricanes affiliate, and he was goalie of the year at the AHL level. And I've been saying it all year that he's ready for the NHL, but this is really his final test right here, is playoff hockey. Can you put the Hurricanes over the hump, get them to the finals, and first of all, get past this round and the second round, but, obviously getting to the final and then winning the cup, it would be the end goal and the final check off his application.
Later start time tonight than normal for home Canes games. They play at 8 o'clock on CNBC, locally on Bally Sports. And Brooks, keep your phone on you, man. We will talk to you throughout this run and talk more Canes hockey with you soon. Appreciate you joining us today, bud.
Yeah, not a problem. Go Canes. Hope everybody can stay up late enough to see the conclusions of it. Hopefully it doesn't go to overtime like all the other ones.
All right, Brooks. There's Brooks Hill joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, getting ready for Canes Predators. And she said, but you got the show too. So, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'll go. Yeah, thanks for the invite. We'll be there. Where are we sitting? And she was like, I'll invite you next time. So she invited me knowing I couldn't go. And I was like, no, I'll go. I'm in. Let's go. Let's ride. And then gave me the, I don't have a ticket for you. Sorry, I'll invite you next time.
Well,
what was that?
She just said from the other room that she asked if you could go.
Yeah.
What does that change? She knew you couldn't go.
Total fake.
She named
kindness.
off 2 reasons why you could not go.
After I said I would go. Now, bottom line, I would not go. But she didn't, what if I could go? This is just a lesson. We were giving out lessons with Ellerbe in hour number 1. Don't invite somebody to something because you know they can't go, because there's an opportunity that they could go, and then you're going to have to turn around and say, no, you can't go.
No, here's the thing you do. If you want to ask the question, ask it. But don't follow the question with the answer for the person.
Right. And it's not the answer you want to hear. Don't give me your fake kindness invite.
Wait till you say, well, I have trivia at AJ's and I have to host the show. Then you can say, oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Because you're right.
Don't answer for the person that you're asking.
If she would not have answered for me, then I would have just said, no, I can't go. But since she had all these reasons I can't go, I was working. I got a guest host. Chandler's going to host Pirate Radio Live the final hour on Wednesday. We're good to go. Let's roll. But apparently I wasn't really invited to the game, despite being asked if I could go. So
you were the victim of, I'm not even sure what that was, but you were a victim of it.
A new slight that hadn't even been invented yet. I've been canceled is what it was. Chandler.
Cancel culture.
Speaking of cancel, Bob Baffert will have a suspension, including all races held at Belmont Park, Saratoga, and Aqueduct. Belmont Stakes is June 5th, so there is a suspension for the canceled Bob Baffert, the cheater himself. We'll have Troy D on with more.
It's a conspiracy.
It is P-Hay.
This man was set up.
P-Hay. Cloud of peace. We will have more on Bob Baffert coming up Tuesday when Troy D joins us in the 5 o'clock hour. All right, let's take a time out. We will come back. We'll talk some Woodies, baseball. Hey, maybe Jenny will invite me to a Wood Ducks game soon at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon while I'm hosting Pirate Radio Live.
Would you like to go to a game? Yeah, sure. What time? 4 o'clock?
Well, you got this and you got that, and you're a busy man.
She's yelling at us from the room next door. You know that, right?
Fake invitations, folks. Don't do them. They will come back to haunt you.
She is yelling from her office.
Make it real or don't make it at all. That's all I'm saying. All right, Matt Davis, play-by-play voice of the Woodies, joins us when we return after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Nat Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, come out to Granger Stadium this season and cheer on your Down East Wood Ducks. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com or call 686-5164. We will see you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks baseball all season long. Go Woodies! Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We've got Wood Ducks tickets to give away coming up about an hour from now. And we'll keep the Woodies talk going. Had Coach Cardoza on the Brian Bailey Show earlier today, along with Wade Howe. And now we will talk to the play-by-play voice of the Down East Wood Ducks. He is Matt Davis joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Matt, nice to have you back on the show. How you doing, man?
Thanks, Cliff. It's a pleasure to be back and doing a lot better, settling in, so it's good.
What was your first experience like calling games at historic Granger Stadium last week, Matt?
You know what? It was a lot of fun. Kind of brought me back to just the good old days of just sitting in a booth and getting to call a baseball game. Tuesday, the opener was my first game in 620 days. Last one I did was August 30th in Peoria. So definitely some growing pains, and I felt it as I was calling the game, but I feel like I'm getting my groove back a little bit, and Friday and Saturday I felt were just the two best that I called all season so far, and looking to get better as the season goes along.
Good stuff. And Matt, speaking of Friday, Saturday, it looked like some great weekend crowds there at Granger Stadium. It was announced on Friday afternoon that Granger Stadium was going to open up without restrictions after the announcement by Governor Cooper. And I know at least on Saturday I saw some shots of the stadium, and it looked like a really good crowd, and hope that continues on throughout the summer.
Yeah, you and me both. As after an entire year of not even having a game, I would have taken anything to be able to call games again. But just to see even the early crowds for Tuesday and the doubleheader on Thursday, it just kind of warms your heart and brings a smile to your face to even just see people in the seats enjoying some baseball again. Friday, Saturday, even Sunday was even better. To see those stadiums starting to fill back up, just to see how much people actually missed Wood Ducks baseball. As a play-by-play guy, I tried to let it know over the airwaves, but it just brings a smile to your face, and it just warms your heart to be able to just have things kind of coming back to normal a little bit.
Matt Davis, play-by-play voice of the Down East Wood Ducks, joining us. Matt, earlier in the show, we talked to former Pirate Alec Burleson. He was playing with High A Peoria and got the call earlier today or yesterday, and was told he was going to go to Double A, heading to Springfield. And he said he had no idea that was in the cards this early, and was very surprised and very happy about that. That does feel pretty early, Matt. At what point do you think you would start seeing Wood Ducks maybe called up and up to Hickory and then on up to Double A and Triple A? That's something probably weeks into the future, right?
It's kind of hard to say, Clip, and that's only because you have to give these guys that are starting out at low A, a lot of the guys that we have are, new guys that were either drafted in 2019 or 2020 that have only been through the instructional league. So they haven't even seen, real games yet. I know that several guys were part of the 2019 ACL championship team that actually Carlos was the manager of. So he has a lot of those guys back. But you have to keep in mind that a lot of these guys that we have this year are 2020 draft picks who saw zero minor league baseball last year.
Right.
So this is their first taste. If you take a look up and down the stat sheet for the pitching staff, at least for the first week against the Kannapolis Cannonballers, we had one guy go over past the third inning, and that was Nick Kraus. He went 5 innings, and that's been the longest outing for a starter this season. I was talking to our trainer, Derek Decker, who does a fantastic job just picking his brain. When you see pitchers that go out for maybe 2 weeks, it takes them 2 weeks to get their arms back and ready to start throwing. So you have to imagine guys going an entire calendar year without any baseball. I don't see these guys really being rushed up, depending on how well they do. I think the Rangers understand that it's tough for, any baseball player to be asked to perform at a very high level right off of, 300-something days, 600 days without playing a single inning competitively. That being said, we've had a lot of guys start out really hot. We're 9-3 on the season, so that says a lot about how the team's playing so far. But I don't think that there's any rush. I'm very happy for Alec Burleson. I used to work in the Cardinal system, so I know how well that they treat their minor leaguers, and they they really cherish them, and when they're doing really well, they reward them with a promotion. I would be more realistic to see some guys being sent up, depending on their performance, start of June, maybe July. I think that's when we can start seeing some promotions. But again, it's baseball, so you never know. Some guys could go on a hot stretch. Hickory might need somebody in a couple weeks, and if we have that hot bat in the lineup, I can easily see a promotion there too. So it depends on their performance, but we are just getting started. We're 12 games into the season, so I don't see why somebody wouldn't be able to be promoted within the next couple weeks or in June. It's all entirely on the players.
Matt Davis joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We've got some tickets to give away in Hour 3 to the next Thirsty Thursday, and the way the minor league schedules are set up that this year, you're going to have to wait a little while for that. It'll be the 27th of May. The Woodies went 6-0 to start the season on the road, just split with Carolina in 6 games with the Mudcats, and now back on the road at Charleston. They'll be back home coming up next Tuesday against Fredericksburg for 6 games. It's very early on, Matt. You've only been able to call one homestand. How do you like the setup as an announcer, the way they're doing the schedule this year?
It's an interesting question. And I say that because I went into this season saying I would have taken anything.
Right.
Any chance to call any games after 600 days away. I'm not in a spot to complain. I know that there are some guys that are able to pay their own way. They drive their own cars. They pay for their own hotels, or they're staying with maybe another broadcaster in the same league that are able to go on the road. We're not doing it this year, but again, I'm just thankful that the Wood Ducks gave me a chance. So I'm just happy with any amount of innings that I can get this season, and I think that we should all just be incredibly grateful to have a season. I talked to a buddy of mine who is the voice of the Omaha Storm Chasers, and before I got hired here, he was telling me all the stressful things that he had to plan for, and I just remember telling him, I said, you could either be stressed for a short amount of time to get all the things ready for opening day, or we could have another 2020. And he said, you're exactly right. So we all know what the worst possible scenario is, and I hope that a lot of my fellow broadcasters can just say, whatever is in the cards for us this season, we'll take it, because we know what the worst possible outcome is.
Yeah, well said. Matt Davis joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Matt, when baseball does return to Granger Stadium coming up next Tuesday, the 25th, who are the players to keep an eye on? Who's played well so far? Who did you enjoy watching in person over the last 6 days?
I've honestly enjoyed watching everybody. I think the overall team is they're really fun to watch. Carlos Cardoza, I need to probably sit down and have a little bit of a better conversation about his philosophy for how just he operates the offense, the offensive side of baseball. These guys like to run, and I don't know if it's him calling it or if he gives them free rein that if you can steal a base, because just watching those guys on the base paths, you can tell that they want to run and they want to make somebody uncomfortable. And I really appreciate having and seeing guys that are just so uncomfortable on the mound because they don't know who's going to be stealing any bases. Right now, in the Low A East, we lead with 24 stolen bases. We've been caught 3 times. Fayetteville's right behind us with 23. But that should give you a sense of when we have guys on, they're going to be running. And that creates a lot of exciting baseball. And so I really like seeing all these guys. I think the pitching staff, they're kind of falling into their own after the first week of games, after 300-something days away. The bats they're there. Right now, the team average sits at about 215, but we have 14 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs. We've driven in 39 runs. That doesn't really say a lot. The batting average is a little bit low, but again, not much you can expect. Everybody has to start off somewhere, and I think for where we're at, we're sitting with the best record in the Low A East. And I was texting a friend of mine who's the voice of the Columbia Fireflies. I told him our batting average for the team, and he said, "You're in first place. Calm down." That's tell you what some of the other broadcasters think, that we're in first place, so you can't complain about much, can you?
There you go. Down East Wood Ducks playing well to start this 2021 season. Matt Davis on the call for the home action at Granger Stadium, and the Woodies will be back coming up next Tuesday. We got some tickets to give away coming up in hour 3 for next Thursday's game at Granger Stadium. Matt, appreciate you joining us again, man. We'll keep in touch and get you on again soon to talk more baseball with us.
Appreciate you having me, Cliff. It's been a pleasure the last time, and I'm thankful that you feel like talking to me. I don't think I'm much to talk to, but I appreciate the time.
We are glad, and Matt, you've been a good guest thus far, but like you said, we're just glad to have minor league baseball, Down East Wood Ducks baseball as an option because, as you said, we've gone through, we know what it's like without it, so we want it here, and we're going to talk about it as much as we can. So we appreciate you joining us, man.
Thanks, Cliff. I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon.
There's Matt Davis. He's the voice of the Down East Wood Ducks joining us on the show. Stay tuned. We'll open up the booty bag in hour 3. We got a car wash for you. And along with that, some tickets to see the Woodies play next Thursday night at historic Granger Stadium. Take a time out. Come back. Jeff Nadu, Big Man on Campus, joins us to talk about tonight's Major League Baseball slate, the NBA play-in games. One of my favorites, Ryan Kerrigan, going to his favorite team in the Eagles. We'll talk about that as well when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
At U.S. Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to U.S. Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Ah! What the heck was that?
There goes Chuck from Naughty Dog again, so pumped about the awesome things at Naughty Dog, he runs around town screaming with excitement. Naughty Dog releases 2 to 3 beers every month, has food trucks every Friday and Saturday, wine specials every Wednesday, plenty of indoor and outdoor space to enjoy, beers to go with curbside pickup, and just launched the new Koozie Club. Be sure to ask about that on your next visit. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Stephen Igoe, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? You can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, starting to see a lot of tweets. Wade Minter just tweeting out a picture of PNC Arena. He is outside about to enter the building. The Canes taking on the Predators tonight at 8 o'clock. And it'll be game one of that series. We'll talk some Major League Baseball, NBA, a little NFL now with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. And Jeff, how you doing today, sir?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you? Nice to talk to you as always.
Absolutely. Great to have you on, Jeff. A little weird not to have any hoops going on tonight, but one night off, and then we'll have the play-in tournaments going on. And the Eastern side of things on Tuesday, Western Conference on Wednesday. Let's hit those games real quick, Jeff. Starting with my Charlotte Hornets, who just absolutely were in a free fall to end the season. They had injury issues, but still, they had leads in games, blew those leads. We saw that against the Wizards on Sunday. They take on a Pacers team coming up Tuesday night, which we had talked about a couple weeks ago. They kind of pulled their own Charlotte Hornets there and faded down the stretch, but did enough to get a home game at least coming up on Tuesday night. So Hornets, Pacers are the home favorite, obviously by 3 points, total sitting at 228.5. I don't know. This is one, Jeff, where it's tough to back either one. So what are you thinking about this matchup?
Yeah, it is tough to back either one. The problem that the Charlotte Hornets have had recently is that this offense has kind of hit a bit of a wall. There's just not a ton of really quality shot makers on this team, and obviously you have guys like Rozier and Ball who've been very good, but unfortunately they just don't have enough shot makers, and that's been pretty evident. A lot of scores where they just kind of bogged down late in the fourth quarter. I kind of look back to that Pelican game a couple Sundays ago where they just couldn't score in the fourth quarter. It was just, and you look at a lot of their scores, and they're struggling to get into the hundreds and into the 110. So I have a worry here. The good thing for them is this is not a good Pacer group. This is a bad team defensively. They're dealing with, T.J. Warren hasn't played all season. Miles Turner's been out for a while, and their defense without Miles Turner's been just lost. I mean, they haven't been able to do anything. Karis LeVert's been nice, and Sabonis have been very good, but all in all, I think it's a close game. I'm definitely going to look towards taking the points here. Again, both defenses are bad. The Hornets have the worst 2-point defense in the NBA. I think they're going to have a lot of trouble with Sabonis. Zeller and Biyombo are just not capable defenders down low. I'm looking probably towards the total here. And while the Hornets haven't had great scoring success, it should open up a little bit against a bad team defensively. Keep in mind, the Hornets beat this group 114-97 back on April 2nd, and Miles Turner played in that game. Sabonis played in that game. So they were able to take care of business quite easily. But I think it's a little bit different game, probably a little bit more higher scoring. Should be a pretty good pace. Indiana like to run.
The winner of that game will face the loser of Boston, Washington. And with this kind of one-game format here, Jeff, it kind of feels like the NCAA tournament, and you ride with the hot hand, maybe that just won their conference tournament or played well down the stretch. That's what the Wizards have done with, obviously, Westbrook all year long, Bradley Beal scoring points. They have played well down the stretch here and earned their spot into this 7-8 matchup. Celtics only a 1.5-point favorite in this game, Jeff, coming up Tuesday night, 9 o'clock in Boston. Any interest with the hot Wizards, or you think the Celtics take care of business at home?
Yeah, this is another game where I have hard time. I mean, I like the Wizards just a bit, but then I look at this game and I just kind of say to myself, why not just bet the over? I mean, the Wizards don't stop anybody. They play so fast and up and down, and they shouldn't have any trouble scoring against a Boston defense that's really gone by the wayside. This is not the same team as in past years defensively. And look, if you can shut down a guy like Bradley Beal, which is difficult to do, and then you got to shut down Russell Westbrook. So, the Celtics have always kind of struggled in the front court to defend. I think there's going to be a lot of downhill basketball. Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook. I don't see a lot of stops in this game. I don't see a lot of stops in either game, frankly. I think the Wizards, as you said, are the hotter team. This has been a Celtics team that continues to just wallow. It'd be such poetic justice if they get out in this play-in tournament, because they've had a lot of terrible losses. I mean, do they ever win?
With that, and it's all about expectations, Jeff. When it comes to that, are they the most disappointing team in the league this year with the players they have, with the coach they have?
Yeah, I think you have to think so.
Yeah.
I mean, losing a guy like Hayward, and they have kind of on the surface a pretty good starting five, but they don't have much of a rim protection. Fournier has been good, but not great. He hasn't been Hayward-like. And Jaylen Brown's been out for a while. I don't know. Maybe they'll get it going in the playoffs. But this is a team that I think you can actually, you make a good point. You have to make the case. This is one of the more disappointing teams you'll find. These teams actually played each other back on February 28th, 111-100, or 111-110. It was a 1-point win for the Celtics. Beal had 46, and I think the Wizards are just a better team right now to me, and I don't really have any interest in jumping in front of them, especially as a dog.
Jeff, before we get to the showdown late Wednesday night between Steph and the Lakers, let's talk Spurs Grizzlies. Year 2 of Ja Morant and the Grizzlies in that play-in tournament. They were there in the bubble last year, back again this year. Home favorites against the Spurs, 3.5, total sitting at 222. Any interest in that matchup coming up on Wednesday?
Yeah, I just don't think this is like being in a play-in tournament. I just don't think is a particularly strong thing for the Spurs, just because they just don't play real well consistently and then quickly. Like, I don't know if they could play 2 or 3 nights in a row and win games. I think they're lacking offensively. They kind of have a mixture of young and old. Defensively they've been solid, but can they get a good enough execution late in the game? I like what I've seen out of the Grizzlies. I just think they're the younger, fresher, better team, and I don't know if I'll be playing the game. Out of the 4, it's probably the one I have least interest in betting, but I like this Grizzlies team. I like the kind of makeup of them. I think Morant's obviously been terrific. I like Valanciunas a lot. He's really been terrific down low, and I like the young aspect with Bane and Tillman and Dylan Brooks and Kyle Anderson. You all kind of have a role, and they've done a nice job. Overall, they're pretty good defensively. The Spurs, I think, are just. I think they've seen their day. Popovich has had trouble with this team just with consistency. It feels like he pulls his hair out a lot with this group, just with boneheaded mistakes and late game execution. So I'm going to lean on the Grizz here. I think they get the job done.
And Jeff, imagine you'll be going with Steph Curry threes late night Wednesday night. How about the game itself? Lakers minus 4.5 against the Warriors, total at 219.5.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go with the threes. I just noticed, obviously yesterday came in, but the previous 2 games, Steph really had trouble making shots, and a lot of it just had to do with the fact that the Jazz and the Suns just know how to defend him. The Lakers are another very good defensive team. You basically put a spy on Steph Curry, and a guy like Willis O'Neal just doesn't leave his side, doesn't give him a lot of separation, kind of hedge him towards the top right off the half-court line, and make him get rid of the ball. You can't really leave him because you leave him, he's gonna jack it up from anywhere. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be running to the window to bet stat props. I think we'll probably have to put them on his back, and I don't want to doubt him, so I'm not going to tell you to not play it if you like it. But this is a tough matchup for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
The Lakers are healthy now. I think Golden State will be probably a one and done. I know they'll try to get Steph in there, and it'll be probably the best game of the four. But and I don't want to play the Lakers, but I think they'll win. This is probably a good money line play with something else.
Jeff, looking at some series prices, Clippers huge favorites against the Mavs. The Bucks minus 305 against the Heat. Can the Heat repeat what they did down in the bubble last year and go on a playoff run? If you think they can, their series price plus 253, pretty good against Milwaukee. Hawks and Knicks, very tight there. Basically a pick 'em. And then Nuggets Blazers. Nuggets minus 125 and Blazers plus 105. So pretty close to a pick 'em there. Yeah, I don't know if you're playing into these series prices, but any thoughts on those series? I mean, Hawks Knicks should be a lot of fun. Blazers Nuggets will be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I'm willing to also think that Dallas is getting a little disrespected here.
Okay.
Luka's obviously Luka, and maybe plus like a 1.5 there with the spread. You can take 1.5 games at plus 138. I think that has some value. I like the Atlanta Hawks. You're not getting much value there. You have to lay a price, but I think they take care of the Knicks. I know people want to fall in love with the Knicks, but I've been impressed with Atlanta's defense this year. It's better than last year, and they're a much better offensive team. I think they can handle Julius Randle with Collins and Capella. I think you get Capella for a series like this. Miami, Milwaukee. I think Miami's a live dog there. I think they're a very solid price to win the whole thing. I know they probably won't, but that dropped from 43-1 to 30-1.
You were didn't you ride with them all playoffs last year, Jeff? Didn't you have a future with the Heat?
Yeah, I had a future on them. Yeah. I actually was able to make some money and hedge out, but I actually really like this group. They're well coached. They play great defense. They have a star. They have shot the ball real well lately. They're deep. They're starting to play at a high level from really all facets. Milwaukee's really good, and you're taking a flyer on the underdog here for sure, but I definitely have some interest in Miami, and then Denver, Portland. That'll be a high-scoring series. I think Denver win. Denver, Portland in 7. Like, take your shot and pick who you want. It wouldn't surprise me if this goes 7. I think this will be a great series. I slightly lean Portland just with the guard play. It's going to be a real war against Jokic. He's terrific, and I don't know if they have the defensive stalwarts to deal with him. It'll be a high-scoring, fun series. Both teams efficient. Both teams aren't great defensively. I think it's the best series, probably 4-3. I lean Portland 4-3 plus 490.
Looking forward to some Dame time coming up, and plus 490. That's not a bad price if you could win that one. Jeff, anything in baseball going on tonight? Max Fried on the mound for the Braves as they take on the Mets. You got Nats, Cubs. You got Yankee Garrett Cole and Walker Buehler on the mound for their respective teams. Have you looked at baseball at all tonight?
Yeah, I think one that I have my eye on a little bit. For a while, I was playing Cubs against lefties. That's kind of fell off just a little bit. They're really kind of struggled from both sides at this point. As a total group, they're only hitting about 231. This offense is starting to struggle a little bit. I'm not really what the markets see in Adbert Alzolay or whatever his name is. I thought he's kind of been average. He's a strikeout guy. He struggled, though, a bit. And, John Lester, in a few games, I think he's been good. He doesn't have great numbers against his old team, but I feel like this is a bit high a number for the Cubs. Obviously, 165 is great and all, but, I don't know if the Cubs should really be laying this price. Nationals pretty solid team. Pretty good lineup. It's not like the Cubs are world beaters by any means. I might take a little shot with the Nationals tonight. But I've really been touchy-feely with baseball. I'm finding spots that I like, certain pitchers and stuff like that. And just kind of running with those. I actually do. Another guy I like is Kikuchi out in Seattle. It's hard to lay 200 with the Mariners, but, Mize is a guy I'm looking to fade, and I think the Tigers ultimately are probably a fade team as well. Even when you look at the record, Seattle's been pretty impressive. I like Kikuchi. He was very good in that game where Means threw a no-hitter. He was just as good as Means, really.
Jeff's been hot. Give him a follow on Twitter if you aren't already at Jeff Nadu. And big man, one of my favorite players went to your favorite team today. Ryan Kerrigan, released by the Redskins, picked up by the Eagles, and you mentioned it on Twitter. He is a guy, especially when your tackle Lane Johnson was out. Ryan Kerrigan would absolutely destroy the Eagles. Now he becomes an Eagle. I was thinking about this, Jeff, from my perspective. I hope this is one of those moves like when Washington got Jeremiah Trotter, who was awesome for the Eagles and then was just too old to do anything for Washington. I hope this is like that for you, because I don't want to see Ryan Kerrigan all over our QBs. And I'm a fan of him, great player, and really a great dude too, but add some pretty good depth for Philly's pass rush.
Yeah, I got to tell you this, Clip. This is one of I don't know if this team had I didn't know if this team had signings like this in them. I think it's one of the best moves they've made in a long time. I really do. You get a guy who's towards the end of his career, kind of a Chris Long type of move.
Yeah.
When Chris came here and won a Super Bowl, he was integral in winning the Super Bowl. You look at Kerrigan, a lot to like, a busy guy. He's always on the tally sheet. He's always, making hay around the quarterback. He's a durable guy. I mean, you look at in basically 10 seasons in the NFL, he's played a full schedule in all but one season.
Yeah.
2019, he only played 12 games. He's always at the quarterback. As I said, he kills this team. It's one of those guys you want on your team. I don't want to see Kerrigan on the other team. And, for years he's been on the other team. I didn't think they had it in them. I love this move. I'm very happy with it. And I think it sends a sign to this group and to this fan base that, this team thinks they're a little further ahead, I think, than people give them credit for. And I've been on record as saying, I do think the Eagles are better than people are going to give them credit for. I think it really obviously comes down to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I really like the way this team's going. It'll be interesting to see if they get a corner as well.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, I guess we'll have the play-in tournament the next few nights, and then do the NBA playoffs start on Thursday? Let's see. I believe we'll have another, play-in tournament that night. So, yeah, maybe we'll have to wait till this weekend. We'll talk more playoffs with you coming up on Thursday when you join us here on Pirate Radio Live. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, playoffs start the 22nd, which is Saturday.
Okay.
No, nothing really. Just we'll be back on the air tomorrow for my show at noon on Pickswise. I got the Mob podcast for anyone that likes mob history to sit down. You can find it on iTunes, all sorts of places. And Clip, always good talking to you. Are you able to get gas now all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's cleared up a little bit. I found a spot on Saturday. I think it's we're getting more and more here in eastern North Carolina. So crisis averted there, hopefully.
Yeah, how happy were you to finally pump gas? I'm sure no one really likes doing that, but, nice when...
I went over to the neighboring town, which I'm from, Jeff, Winterville, a small farm town, which is buzzing a little bit. But there's a gas station there with 4 pumps, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this little hole-in-the-wall spot. And sure enough, boom, they were rolling, baby. So it was good.
But didn't you tell me your father is a farmer?
Yeah, my dad was a tobacco farmer, a little bit of cotton, a little bit of, does soybeans, things like that.
I think I made the case to you that I don't know if your dad's called Clip as well, but
yeah.
I feel like that's the ultimate farmer name. Like, hey, how you doing? I'm Clip Brock. He probably has a little weed in his mouth. He's always chewing on something.
Yeah, I know you think we're all like hayseeds down here, Jeff. Yeah, you're not far off, actually.
I don't think that. I think he could probably. He wears Levi's probably a lot.
Definitely wears jeans a lot, but my dad, he is a bit atypical. Instead of hunting and fishing and doing that stuff, we watch sports. So he was a sporty farmer, if there's such a thing, Jeff.
Well, whenever I finally get down there, hopefully soon, probably football season, I have to meet that guy.
Meet the parents, absolutely. We'll set that up. Yeah.
I'll be the Greg. I'm not going to say the name because it could be construed. The Greg. The Greg guy for Meet the Parents. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Jeff, I enjoyed it as always, man. We'll talk to you later this week.
All right, Clip, take it easy, man.
All right, the big man on campus. Boy, we've come a long way in our relationship. Now he wants to meet the parents if he ever comes to town. All right, we will take a time out, come back. Hour 3, we head to the Shirley Rhodes news desk. We talk to Stephen Igoe, and we open up the booty bag and make you a winner. How about some Wood Ducks tickets for next Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, when they return to town to play Fredericksburg next week. We'll give you some tickets on us and a car wash coming up in hour 3. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Getting your week started off right. We're back with you after this.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
If Jersey Mike's Turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's, because premium meat makes a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
E&S Hemp Company in Winterville is your premier CBD store. At E&S Hemp Company, they have helped hundreds of people just like you get relief from joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more by providing you the highest quality of CBD products available. E&S Hemp Company has a great selection of only the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp-infused products available, from honey, tea, coffee, candles, and more. E&S Hemp Company, Fire Tower Road in Winterville, and online at eshempcompany.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Look for Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road, and remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley. 87th minute. Swansea, a 1-0 lead.
Uh-oh.
Trying to win their first leg of this tournament.
It's a tough leg.
Play-in. Tough leg of the league here today. And it's based on aggregate, so these two teams will play again on Saturday in Wales at Swansea City next time. So right now, Swans with a 1-0 lead, the final minutes.
Okay, so what? It's the best of two, I guess?
It is. They play two games, and they take an aggregate score, and if it's tied, they take the team that has the most road goals advances.
Okay, gotcha.
And if both games are 1-1, they'll play overtime.
Okay.
So there you go.
Interesting.
These crazy English rules that they have.
I mean, between the Bundesliga, the Serie A, and this, I don't know which is which or anything. I just go, okay, who won? All right. That's about it.
Bundesliga is Germany. Serie A is Italy.
I knew Bundesliga was German.
La Liga is Spain. Liga MX is Mexico.
Jeez.
There's a lot of leagues out there.
There's a lot of leagues.
A lot of leagues, Jeff.
It's a lot of leagues. I just follow the NWSL.
A lot of leagues. All right, Shirley, let's go to the Shirley Rhodes news desk and see what's happening on this Monday.
Well, we've got a minor league baseball update as always. And, of course, we talked to Alec Burleson earlier in the show. And Alec has been just tearing it up with the Peoria Chiefs. Now, keep in mind that the minor league baseball season just started this month.
They played 12 games, two series.
Two series, basically. And his numbers were, I believe, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and 12 games. So he has moved up to Springfield, Missouri, or the Springfield Cardinals, and we'll see. I'll keep a tab on that and double check tomorrow and see if he is going to play. And it may be Wednesday before I can get that information, but we'll see what happens there. Other former Pirates, Jarrell Cotton pitched on Friday night, had a pretty decent outing. He pitched 3 innings. He allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 5. The Round Rock Express, which is the team he plays for, however, lost 1-5 to, this may be my favorite minor league name, Sugarland Skeeters. So I have to look at their logo because if it's good enough, I'm gonna.
Isn't there a band named Sugarland?
Yes.
It's probably their logo.
Isn't there a character on Doug named Skeeter?
Doug.
Come on, Shirley.
The Nickelodeon
All right, so
cartoon?
Shirley's a little older than me.
Yeah.
Chandler's younger than me. I'm probably in the Doug wheelhouse, and you guys aren't.
I remember Doug.
You remember Doug?
It's
Vividly.
the cartoon, right?
Yeah, Skeeter was the blue guy.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't
That's
know his
right.
name, but okay.
Move on.
Anyway, Jack Reinheimer had a decent outing. Of course, the Tacoma Rainiers played a weekend series with the Salt Lake Bees. Jack went 1 for 5 on Friday with 2 RBIs, 1 for 4 on Sunday with just 1 RBI. By the way, the Rainiers lost all 3 games to Salt Lake over the weekend.
Not in love with these hats. They could be a lot better. They got a cool logo, the Sugarland Skeeters. They got a cool logo, but it doesn't look good on a black hat.
Yeah,
but
they could have done better than that.
Not gonna buy one of those.
I can't go with it. Dwanye Williams-Sutton was in action over the weekend. He was 1 for 3 on Saturday, and he hit a home run Saturday night. Fort Wayne was able to win that game over the Lake County Captains 4-3. He was also 1-4 on Sunday, but the Tin Caps were shut out in that game. Bryant Packard had a very good weekend as the West Michigan Whitecaps took on the Great Lakes Loons. He was 1 for 4 on Friday. 1 for 3 on Saturday with an RBI, and then 2 for 4 on Sunday. Hit his first home run of the season on Sunday afternoon. Even threw in a stolen base in that game. But unfortunately, they lost to the Loons on Sunday, 7-4. They only were able to take 1 out of 3 for the weekend series. Spencer Brickhouse with the Hillsboro Hops was 1 for 4 on Friday, 1 for 3 on Sunday. They lost both games to the Eugene Emeralds. And Jake Washer had a rough weekend. He was 0 on Friday and Sunday as the Cubs lost the Friday night game, and Jake played on Sunday. The Cubs were able to double up the Beloit Snappers 12-6. So that is our minor league baseball update.
All right, good stuff. Couple of news items. Braves have been struggling with pitching depth this year due to injuries. Mike Soroka, Max Fried, and others. Good news is we found a new ace, and that ace was Huascar Yanoa, who Chandler you know as well, because he hit a grand salami against the Nationals. He has been hitting and pitching well. But
the bad news is
he broke his right hand when he punched the dugout after exiting the game yesterday.
Oh, no.
And will miss a couple months.
Just a boneheaded.
What a maroon.
Jeez.
You see, there's a famous meltdown in the dugout, David Ortiz.
Yeah.
But he's like hitting.
He's got the baseball bat hitting the telephone booth.
Sometimes you talk like Jim Rome. I don't know if you notice.
No.
He's got the baseball bat.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. I haven't done Rome in a while. But anyway, so he's got the baseball bat and he's just hitting the phone booth for the dugout.
Well,
and it's just battering it.
Yeah, but he's using the bat, not his hands.
That's my point.
Looking like a total ass.
That's my point.
No, David Ortiz is not looking like an ass because he's using a bat. He's using something that is not, it's integral to his game, but it's not his hands. You don't hit things with your hands. Especially when you're a pitcher.
Or a football player and try to punch, opposing player
in the helmet
with a helmet on.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Swansea wins. You can add that to your news desk, Shirley.
Alrighty then.
Bob Baffert has been banned from entering horses at Belmont. We'll talk more about that with Troy D.
Because he staged.
What a shame. What a conspiracy.
Oh, jeez.
Chandler had some breaking news for us today that Albert Pujols signed with the Dodgers.
I've been busy.
In Chandler's defense, it is a headline now because it's official, but we found that out a few days ago that he was going to go to the L.A. Dodgers. You have been busy. How was your wedding?
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. It was a beautiful wedding. It was very well put together.
What a beautiful wedding.
What a beautiful wedding. But no, it was actually at a tobacco barn.
Tobacco barn.
So I got down and dirty. I was finding Hogan's goat actually on a farm on Saturday, but had a good time. Congrats to Jeremy and his beautiful wife, Michaela. So tied the knot on Saturday.
Good deal. Good deal. Chad with an update for us. Chad is an O's fan. David Ortiz, Big Papi, was battering the Orioles bullpen phone
with the bat,
and the Orioles gave it to him as a retirement gift later.
Oh, that's great.
I need to find a picture of that. That's
pretty cool.
So there you go. There's an update to that story. Canes and Predators tonight.
NASCAR.
Sorry?
NASCAR.
I don't get it. Oh. Hurricanes had a cool tweet today.
That was great.
Nashville, NAS, car, Carolina, and the NASCAR logo. That was cool. 8 o'clock tonight on CNBC, and I believe locally with Bally Sports. So a couple of options there for you to check that out as they'll play Game 1 at PNC Arena with more fans in attendance tonight for that game.
How are you liking the Bally Sports as a Hornets fan, as a Braves fan?
I don't like the name of it.
Yeah, it's like a grocery store, it seems like.
I don't want to go to Bally's.
I miss the Fox Sports.
What is Bally's?
It's no longer like Fox Sports South, Fox Sports Southeast, Fox Sports Arizona.
Yeah.
It's now Bally Sports.
Yeah, but what is Bally?
I don't know, Shirley. What is Bally?
Well, simply because I swear I thought I've heard
It's a
that.
new network.
No. I've heard that before. Somewhere. I just don't know exactly where I've heard it before.
Well, in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, Bally is a euphemism for bloody.
You bloody network.
You Bally network.
No, I'm pretty sure that ain't.
Bloody sports. You bloody.
I want to Bally Sports.
The Hornets are a bloody mess.
New impression for Chandler. Yeah, it's a stupid name. I don't like it.
I mean, and for you as a Braves fan, as a Hornets fan, and now you're about to be watching. Well, the Hurricanes are not.
You can't watch the Braves on Bally Sports around here, by the way. You have to have MLB TV.
Yeah. But anyway, as a Hornets fan, it stinks. I miss the old Fox Sports like intro bumper music that they used to play. It's just not the same. I just don't like change. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't find like a I can't find on opening day the newly rebranded channels aired a joint special, Bally Sports Big Opening Day. It was produced by Stadium, hosted by Michael Kim, Bally Sports SoCal's Christina Pink, and Bally Sports Southeast's Eric Collins.
Oh yeah!
And featured coverage of teams, events, so blah blah blah. Eric Collins, one of the hosts.
Oh yeah!
He's one of the faces of Bally. Oh, I love Bally Sports.
Oh, Bally! Yeah!
I swear I've heard that before. Like like it was a brand or something of some kind.
Bally.
Yeah.
Two Ballies!
At least we'll get one more Eric Collins game there, Chandler.
I guess. Oh, so they'll have the game and TNT?
Robert says workout place. So that was like BALIs, right? Bally's Gym, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. It just sounds like some...
Oh, surely. There is a Bally sports bra I've just found Googling.
Nice.
Is that where you're familiar with it?
No, it's not ringing. It might be.
They're pretty pricey.
I feel like I've heard that.
I've never purchased one.
Well, I mean, you don't...
I need a sports bro. But this is $27? That seems pretty pricey for a sports bra.
For a sports bra? No. No,
Huh?
it's not pricey for a sports bra. I promise you.
Troy D says, or Tiny. Oh, sorry, Tiny. Yeah, casino resort, Bally's. I've heard of that.
That's where I've heard it. Okay, that's where I've heard it.
Oh, there's a boxing match tonight at the Bally's casino or something.
Okay,
like
yeah, that's where I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not a sports bra, but as far as the
It is.
I mean,
it's a bloody sports bra.
Hey, do you know?
Do you even know your sports bra?
Oh, bug off!
You bloody American!
Bug off!
Oh, you bally bollocks sports
You
bra!
bally buttocks!
Oh, bollocks!
Thank you, Tiny. That's what we were looking for.
Totally absurd.
But as far as prices for sports bras, no, that's actually on the cheap end.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll ask Stephen Igoe what he knows about sports bras, if anything, and talk some Pirate baseball. They take 3 of 4 from Cincinnati, and they are on to Tampa for South Florida and then to Clearwater for the AAC tournament. We'll talk Pirate baseball and make you a winner. We'll open up the booty bag when we return after this.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Have you seen the A&E Pro Wrestler biography? I'll have some thoughts next.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
So why not a bowl game, guys?
And probably maybe USF.
What do they got this year?
Not a clue.
I thought he was going to say not much.
You're honest.
Not much.
God bless your honesty.
11 coming back.
App State is really the pivotal game if you want to go to a bowl. I'm going to say it.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
A&E is doing 2-hour documentaries on pro wrestling stars. I've watched the ones on Rowdy Roddy Piper and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Another one on Booker T will run this month too. Remember the documentary on Ric Flair years ago? One common theme develops as you watch. These men had troubled childhoods and very much have type A personality. As they became bigger stars in the squared circle, they lost track of reality. In real life, they became the character they portrayed in the ring. Flair will tell you as much. His life 24/7 was that of the nature boy. Most wrestlers don't live long lives. Alcohol and drug abuse, fueled by the lifestyle, catches up. Savage died at age 58. Piper was 61. The stories are fascinating, and A&E has done a great job, and it's great TV. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bells Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for any of your urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you. Great sports day and evening tonight with some playoff hockey. Hurricanes taking on the Predators. My Braves in action against the Mets in a big NL East series. Big man on campus likes Igoe's Mariners tonight as they take on the Tigers. Hefty price gambling wise, but likes the Mariners to knock off the Tigers. The M's are 21-20 and playing pretty good baseball. You get to watch some Eastern time zone baseball and cover that with East Carolina Igoe, and then late night check out your Mariners. And both teams playing pretty well right now, right?
Yeah. How does it feel as a Braves fan to see the Mariners with a better record right now?
Fine. It's a long season. It's too early to talk baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. Pitchers and catchers don't report until 10 more days.
Yeah, 10 days away. I'm happy for you, man. Look, you try to be all combative. I try to, I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
No, I'm just trying to, like, rub it in your face while I can, because I know the Mariners are not a playoff caliber team when the Braves clearly are. The Braves window is now. The Mariners still are in the future, but they are calling up some of their young prospects. Jared Kelenic came up and hit his first home run over the weekend, so I was pretty amped to see that. They hadn't been playing so great of late, so but ever since they've called them up, I think they've won 3 out of 4. So hopefully they can keep that going against the Tigers. It's always good when you have some young guys to watch and follow and kind of monitor them more so than the results as far as wins and losses.
I like that Kelenic guy's batting stance. I told you the other night we were talking about the dinger, and I saw the home run, and it's like a I don't know, like Paul Molitor, George Brett. It's like he's got a crouch to him. It kind of looks old school when he's up there.
Yeah, he's got a crouch, and if you watch his whole at bat, he just kind of rocks back and forth. Like, he's a really rhythmic-oriented batter, and he kind of rocks real slow to begin with, and then when the windup starts, he starts rocking more quicker, and then he, obviously slows down once the pitch is on the way. But it's interesting to watch. But he's got a great personality. I basically call him Bryce Harper Jr. He grew up watching Bryce Harper, and he's got kind of that swag and attitude about him. So I think he'll bring a lot to the team and make the Mariners relevant probably in a couple of years.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us. Igoe, the Pirates taking 3 out of 4 from Cincinnati, had to battle back on Saturday, scored 4 in the 7th. Great bullpen day for the Pirates on Sunday, and then they split on Friday with a pretty dominant effort in Game 1, and then Game 2 got away from them there late in the game. In the 10th inning, an error allowing Cincinnati to win that game in the bottom of the 10th. But overall, a winning series for the Pirates, and that's what they needed after they heard their name called on Friday as one of the 20 potential regional sites. And how do you think the Pirates played over the weekend on the road?
I thought they played pretty well. I mean, I think the starting pitching inconsistency continues to be an issue just as far as guys going deep in the games, and that has really taxed them at times during 4-game series. But, I mean, anytime you're able to go on the road and win 3 out of 4 against a top 100 RPI team, Cincinnati, and now you've won 7 of 8 against that team this season, I mean, it's pretty impressive to win 7 of 8 versus anybody, let alone a quality team like Cincinnati. So I really think Cincinnati, under Scott Guggen's former Xavier coach, typically gets better throughout the year every season since he got there, and this year was a similar situation. And a couple years ago, you'll remember in 2019, they actually won the conference tournament and then beat, I think it was Oregon State in the first game of their regional at Oregon State. So I was a little worried about the series, especially when they dropped the second game of the doubleheader. Cincinnati was throwing their guy, Evan Sharver, who had just come back from injury in Game 3. But ECU did a really nice job working up his pitch count, getting him out of the game, getting to the Cincinnati bullpen, and then obviously they had to come back on Saturday. And then Sunday, I mean, if you would have told me going in that would be the lowest scoring game of the weekend, I would have said you were crazy. But sure enough, it was, and that's baseball. But, man, you got to give a ton of credit to all the guys who threw, but especially Landon Ginn and Danny Bill, the true freshman that retired all 14 batters they faced, who honestly haven't been put in that many situations that year in terms of that magnitude. I thought it was fun to see, and it gives Cliff Godwin, maybe some more options for these last few weeks.
Igoe, as you said, this is not self-proclaimed. Stephen Igoe called me a D1 baseball insider, so I appreciate you giving me the credit I deserve, Igoe, for looking at scores and updating that over on Sunday. So I jotted down all 20 teams that are proposed regional sites and looked at how they did over the weekend. To be honest with you, I don't even know what all this means, Igoe, so I'm going to ask on your expertise. When 0-3 Pittsburgh versus NC State, that can't be good for Pitt, right, as far as their standing. How about like 1-2 Vanderbilt at Ole Miss? They're not going to lose any really standing at all. That's great for Ole Miss and doesn't really hurt Vanderbilt much at all. How about a Mississippi State going 1-2 against Missouri? How much does that hurt? Like Charlotte 2-2. They're on the road at Rice, but how many losses does Charlotte have to play with right now? Who kind of got hurt over the weekend, Igo, with these series that were in that top 20?
I definitely think Pittsburgh is probably, as of now, on the outside looking in. And that just goes to show you how, they were almost seeing as, hey, the ACC has to have two hosts.
Yeah.
We got to include Pittsburgh and Notre Dame. And then all of a sudden, they get swept by a much improved NC State team. By the way, they're playing very good baseball lately. But, you get swept at home, and they were already kind of on the bubble. That pretty much, in my opinion, kind of knocks them off going into the last week of the regular season. Of course, they could still rebound and win the tournament or whatever. I assume they're playing the ACC tournament, or maybe not. But, I think it's a situation where these teams do have time to rebound, but now is not the time where you want to stub your toe. I mean, if ECU goes to South Florida and loses 3 or 4 and doesn't win the conference championship, then, if other teams are playing well, they could be on the outside looking in. But I think this past weekend, Pittsburgh really took a hard hit. Charlotte probably took a hit splitting with Rice because South Carolina swept Kentucky.
Yeah, I was going to say, on the flip side, South Carolina got some side eyes, including from yourself and Ronnie, when they were mentioned. But that's a big weekend for them, going 3-0 on the road.
Yeah, and so, you have Ole Miss and South Carolina, and I disagreed with both of them being put in the top 20 just because I don't think their resume outside of being in the SEC and, basically having a chance to redeem yourself every weekend. That's the good part about being in the SEC. People say it's tough and all that, but every weekend or every other weekend you have a chance to win a top 25 series and get back into it. Ole Miss now has lost 6 series. They lost 2 out of 3 to UCF at home, but they're probably still going to be hosting because they've beaten Vanderbilt in a 3-game series. South Carolina's the same way. They've lost a couple of series, but they've rebounded these last few weeks. So, you might end up having 6 or 7 SEC hosts in the top 16. And, I'm not going to lie. I think the SEC is by far and away the best baseball conference. But, at some point you have to how many SEC hosts can you have? How many SEC national seeds can you really have?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough situation. The committee's got to make some decisions on.
I don't know if we mentioned, I guess Southern Miss did not probably help themselves going 2-2 at FAU, right? When you're a Southern Miss, when you're a Charlotte, Louisiana Tech, and when you're in East Carolina taking on a Cincinnati, you gotta win that series if you're playing 4 games, and Southern Miss was unable to do that.
Yeah, I really think both of those, both Charlotte and Southern Miss, 2 Conference USA teams hurt. I probably lean towards only one Conference USA host, and right now that'd probably be Louisiana Tech. But, so much can happen. Like, I think La Tech plays Old Dominion in a couple of games to wrap up their regular season, and then they have the conference tournament. What if Southern Miss goes on to win the conference tournament? What if Charlotte, who has already captured, I think, the regular season best record, what if they go on to win the tournament as well? So, it'll be interesting for sure. There's still a lot that needs to be played out. I do feel good about if ECU, if they win 3 out of 4 this weekend and they win the American Conference regular season championship, I think they're definitely safe to host. I think they're pretty safe as it is, but still, you don't want to leave it up to the committee. That's what me and Ronnie have talked about. You want to take care of business, feel good about it, and then if you win the regular season of the American and you have close to 40 wins, you're pretty much chewing at that point.
I'm already seeing at least 1, probably 2 maybe, of South Carolina, Charlotte, and NC State. I feel like some of them, if not 1, if not 2, are coming to Greenville for a regional. I guess that does mean you'd avoid a Florida State or a Louisville. I do think they'll probably try to regionalize it as much as possible this year, but do you feel like it's almost impossible for us not to run into South Carolina, Charlotte, or NC State in the regional?
Yeah, I feel like you'll get one of them, or an Old Dominion. Old Dominion's probably a 2 seed, so I think if I had to draw it up, I'd rather have ODU or Charlotte, obviously, than South Carolina or NC State. A scenario I could see playing out is, if North Carolina, which swept Louisville this past weekend, or Virginia, if they end up sneaking into the tournament as a 3 seed, you could see a Charlotte or ODU as a 2 seed here, and then, Virginia or North Carolina as a 3 seed. So, it just depends. Obviously, a lot that needs to be played out. What happens with the conference tournaments and in more of the regional conferences, like does UNCW win the CAA, or Does it go to another team? So there's a lot that has to be played out. But I think for sure it'll be regionalized as usual, but especially in a year like this, if ECU ends up hosting, they'll more than likely play one of those teams.
It's a fun discussion, and as long as the Pirates keep winning, it'll be a fun discussion. ECU taking on South Florida coming up beginning on Thursday. They will take on the Bulls, and then it is the AAC tournament in Clearwater. Briefly had this discussion with Brian Bailey. We'll get into it more. But coincidence or not, it does seem like the Pirates have played better when they haven't fared well in the AAC tournament. They've played better in the regionals, Igoe. It could be coincidence. It could be saving some pitching. Cliff Godwin's going to keep his foot on the gas. I mean, he has to, but that is something we talk about, it seems like, every year around this time, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a unique situation. That tournament can be such a grind. Theoretically, it starts Tuesday. You could be done playing Wednesday if you go 0-2, or you could be playing Tuesday through Sunday. Now, if you win, you obviously set yourself up with some days off and that sort of stuff, so it's less taxing. But, a few years ago, they had all that weather stuff, and so everybody was playing like 2 games in one day and playing on the same field at different time, or different fields at the same time. And we got to watch like through a chain link fence. I can't remember what that was.
Yeah,
it was a complete joke, but it can be so taxing. I think mentally more than anything. You think about it, if you win the championship, I think that's on a Sunday, and then you come home, and then the next morning the regionals are announced. Mm-hmm. You spend basically the next day or so dealing with all that hype. It can just be a lot and a quick turnaround and that sort of stuff. So, obviously you want a championship if you can get it, but that's why I think the regular season is more important. The tough thing too is you have 4 games in 3 days once again this week, and that starts on Thursday, but you play Thursday through Saturday, 4 games, and then you have to turn around and play the conference tournament opening round on Tuesday. So you're probably going to see a lot of teams not in the at-large discussion punt this week, or at least set up their pitching for the tournament, which ECU did a number of years ago when they were playing for a tournament championship. So if you're ECU, you almost have to play it straight up, like you're trying to win the conference championship, so you have to take it, 1 game at a time as normal. But, who's to say South Florida won't, throw their ace on Thursday for 3 innings and take him out, so he's ready for Tuesday. So, I don't know. It creates an interesting discussion, scenarios for us to discuss, but also some tough decisions for the coaches.
We'll ask Cliff Godwin about that when he joins us Tuesday right here on Pirate Radio Live. Igoe, you had some more transfer news today. If you follow Igoe at Stephen Igoe on Twitter, or head over to hoistthecolors.net. Linebacker Devontae Harris entering the transfer portal. Now, he's a name that's played. Igoe, where was he when we went over your defensive depth charts last week? Where was he expected to be on the depth chart if he'd have stayed here at ECU?
Honestly, pretty far down. I mean, he was more of a special teams reserve guy. Good student athlete as far as he got his degree, or was recognized as getting his degree this spring. So, it makes sense for him after 4 years in the program, getting his degree. Probably not going to play a whole lot unless there were some injuries at inside linebacker. So, you look at that position, you bring back Bruce Bivens and Aaron Ramseur. You bring in a JUCO kid and Jacoby Simpson, Xavier Smith and Miles Barrier back, Taylor Jackson, Eric Dottner, 2 young freshmen. So he was pretty deep on the depth chart, honestly. I mean, he only played in 1 game last year. I think he had 1 tackle. In 2019, he played a little bit due to some injuries down the stretch. Not a bad player, but I think just kind of speaks to the increased depth across the program. He probably won't be the last guy who's pretty far down on the depth chart to end up transferring this summer. So I think it makes sense for both parties. It gives ECU the roster space it needs. It gives Devontae the chance to go play elsewhere. So he got his degree, did what he came here to do. So I think it'll work out for both parties.
Stephen Igoe with some football news there. Any basketball news to pass along to us on this Monday, Igoe?
I can confirm through, Jody Jones, who's the director of media relations at ECU, that 2 ECU commitments have signed their letter of intent. Marlon Leston, the 6'9" Canadian forward, and Javon Small, the point guard from Compass Prep in Arizona, who I'll be actually speaking with later this evening for an interview for Colors. Okay. They have officially signed, so we have two more incoming players that we can officially know will join the program this summer.
All right, it's like molasses coming out of the jar. It's kind of slowly dripping out, but at least we're getting some positive news there regarding basketball. New VIP chat today. Check out hoistthecolors.net. I read that over lunch. Well done, Igoe. Anything else to discuss before we let you go? Are you under the weather? You sound kind of stuffed up.
Yeah, I'm dealing. I'm pretty sure like it's allergies or a cold or something. I don't know. It just kind of hit me this last day, but yeah, I haven't sounded great. I did my podcast this morning. I just wanted to kind of get it over with because like I feel like I got punched in the nose and like I can't breathe through it. So like when I'm trying to talk, I'm just trying to like speak as quickly as possible so I don't die because I can only breathe out of my mouth right now. But no, I'm doing all right.
God. All right. You know what? We'll let you go. How about that? Sound awful.
Thursday, I'm back to normal.
All right, sounds good. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, still alive and joining us on the Fixed and See Live line. When I asked him about it, he really sounded like he was about to go on us. His final words.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to die.
Thank you, Stephen. Shirley, it is time to open up the Pirate Radio booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, we got tickets to see the Down East Wood Ducks next Thursday. We've got a free car wash for you as well. It is a Woody Wash. I wish it was Wednesday. Woody
Wash Wednesday.
Woody Wash Monday here on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley,
Monday Woodies.
Monday, we got a good case of the Monday Woodies. What call are we looking for?
I am going to go with caller number 10 today.
All right, sounds good. 317-1250. When we return, more Pirate Radio Live to go. We'll hit our Alec Burleson interview again. If you missed it in hour number one, we talked to him earlier today for a few minutes on the big news that he was moving up from low A to from high A to double A, and we'll hear that when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
You might know him as Lee D. I know him as Dad.
Troy and his sister both were with us, and they slept. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and they had slept on the plane. They had slept on the ride from Baton Rouge. They wanted to go out on Bourbon Street.
Heck yes.
So we go out on Bourbon Street, and the first thing that happens is some drunk comes rolling down the street and lands at Troy's feet. It so upset both the kids that was the end of Bourbon Street for that night.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Fans, be sure to purchase your game day tickets in advance online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the team office at Granger Stadium. Ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7, and Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. To book your group tickets or purchase season tickets, call our front office at 252-686-5154. Book soon for the 2021 season. Opening day is right around the corner on May 11th. Go Woodies!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard, across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
What the heck was that?
There goes Chuck from Naughty Dog again, so pumped about the awesome things at Naughty Dog, he runs around town screaming with excitement. Naughty Dog releases 2 to 3 beers every month, has food trucks every Friday and Saturday, wine specials every Wednesday, plenty of indoor and outdoor space to enjoy, beers to go with curbside pickup, and just launched the new Koozie Club. Be sure to ask about that on your next visit. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram.
Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio. Pirate. Pirate. Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media, on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at FreePR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL, and as I do, congratulations to Ray Odom of Winterville. Picked up our Woody's tickets to see the Down East Wood Ducks next week, and a car wash courtesy of Pirates Cove Car Wash.
All right, Ray, way to go. You will be at Granger Stadium next Thursday. I plan to be there sometime soon. Was a little envious seeing the pictures and video of Granger Stadium over the weekend. It looked like a great time out there at the ballpark.
Well, let me know when you go so I can go as well.
All right, I will do that, Chandler. In fact, I'll invite you and then rescind my invite like Jenny did.
I knew he was going to say that.
Still sour about that.
Look, I might go with you guys one weekend if you guys decide to go.
Hey,
on a
Chandler,
weekend.
do you want to go to the game this weekend? Well, you already told me that you were going to see your parents this weekend, and you have to go to another wedding. But
I don't know how to handle. Just invite myself. Hey guys, I'm going to go with you guys when you go.
Charlie, you want to go this weekend?
Yeah.
Well, I've only I'm riding my motorcycle and my sidecar's messed up.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can't take you. So it's
like I can't freaking drive myself.
We'll do a group outing to see the Woodies.
Yeah, we can do that.
That'll be fun. All right, speaking of minor league baseball, earlier in the show, we talked to Alec Burleson. Congratulations to Alec, who moves up from high A to double A in a span of 2 weeks, 12 games. We talked to Matt Davis earlier in the show about, kind of how rare that is. For when did he expect players to be moved up? At the low A level, they're so young. They didn't play last year, so they're just kind of getting their feet wet, but he didn't expect a lot of roster moves until June. Alec Burleson already moving up to AA baseball, and we had a chance to speak with him earlier in the show. And let's hit that real quick again, Shirley, as we talked to Alec, and I asked Alec, first off, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate it.
Alec, so you make the move up to the Springfield Cardinals, and I guess the luxurious life of a minor league baseball player, they got like a first class plane ticket and everything ready for you, right? You're not driving yourself, right?
No, they actually got me a rental car. But I guess it works out just because if I have to get on a plane, I'll have to sit out a couple days because of COVID. So, and they said if I can get a rental car and I can drive there, then I can play right away tomorrow.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, Alec, that's pretty cool. What is the life of a minor league baseball player been like for you so far?
It's been all right. It's a lot of walking to places if you need something. A lot of hotels. I mean, the first couple nights I was sleeping on a pull-out mattress, but other than that, I mean, it's awesome. I'm loving it.
We keep up with what you're doing. Shirley Rhodes does a great job here of updating us every day on what the former Pirates are doing in minor league baseball. Pack's killing the ball. Jake Washer got in as a pitcher. Alec, I don't know if you saw that. That was pretty crazy. So we're updating what all the former Pirates are doing, and you've been crushing it, man. You've been locked in here to start your season. Is it one of those situations where it looks like a beach ball when it's coming up to the plate right now?
I wouldn't say it looks like a beach ball. I still have to work to get my pitch. It's just, you know, I'm getting into good counts, and they're throwing me fastballs, and I'm not missing them. So, I mean, yeah, the fastball looks good, but, I mean, it's definitely a different game up here for sure.
And Alec, we've also seen your defensive prowess this season as well. Some defensive highlights, including, I think it was opening night, you made that great diving catch, which we saw online. How much are you working on that side of the game along with what you're doing at the plate?
I mean, probably just as much. I mean, I definitely take pride in my defense for sure. And obviously, if I think that game I was 0 for 2 at that point, or 0 for 3 or something. So, I mean, if I can help the team win, if I can't help them win at the plate, I'm going to try and help them out in the field. So, no, it's just, like I said, I take pride in my defense, and you know, when I'm not going good at the plate, I try and help the team win out there.
Alec Burleson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Burley, I remember talking to you before the season got started and when it was still kind of unknown where you would be, when it all would begin. So there's a lot of unknowns that go with this. Did you have any idea that you'd be moving up this fast? Was this in your plans? Did you think this was a chance for it to happen?
This was not even a thought going into the season. I was thrilled to be starting in high A. I didn't even think I would be going, especially this quick. I didn't think. Obviously, it's a goal, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. I mean, the manager called me last night, and he said, "Hey, Burley, just want to give you congratulations on your home run today." And I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "Also, congratulations, you're going to Springfield." And and he kind of walked me through the process and everything, and called my parents first, and they called Coach Godwin and called a bunch of other family and friends. And so, yeah, like I said, I didn't think it'd be this quick, but, you know, I mean, I'm excited. I'm still got about 3.5 hours till I get there, but I'm just excited to, you know, I have a good start, and obviously that it's being recognized. So.
Alec Burleson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Burley making the drive to his new stomping grounds. And Burley, you said if you had to hop on a plane, you'd have to wait a little bit to play. If you could drive, you could play right away. So when is the next scheduled game for Springfield? When do you expect to be in their lineup?
So the next game's tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be in the lineup. I don't know I haven't really talked to anybody about that. But the way the season's set up for, I think, all minor leagues is you play Tuesday through Sunday, 6-game series, and then you have Monday off. So just taking the off day to get there and get settled in, and then play tomorrow. Like I said, I haven't talked to anybody about if I'm playing, where I'm playing. Just want to get there for right now. So.
How awkward is that, Burley? I mean, you're just getting to know your teammates at Peoria, the coaching staff, everybody. Now, like you said, you don't really know the coaches here coming up at Springfield. So how weird is that, kind of walking into the clubhouse and just grabbing a bat, grabbing a glove, and heading out to the field, taking care of your own business, but also trying to win games along with your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I was just getting some of the guys. I mean, yesterday when I got the call, we so we had an early game yesterday, and we were all grilling out down at the hotel. We had burgers and hot dogs and stuff, and so I was just getting close with, the team and the coaching staff and stuff. And but it's also nice that I'm moving up, so it's kind of miss those guys. I'm going to miss those guys, but also I'm glad to be moving up and hopefully make some new friends on the Springfield team. So.
Burley heading to Springfield. Shirley, Evan Krasinski is with Memphis Redbirds. Is that right? So he's at the AAA level, Burley, and be cool if both of you guys could meet up along the way or meet up in St. Louis one day. That'd be awesome as well. Speaking of Evan and Pirates, how much are you keeping up with what Cliff Godwin and the guys are doing this year, Burley, putting together another great season as they should be one of the 16 regional sites coming up in a few weeks?
Yeah, unbelievable season. I know. I'm playing 6 games in 6 days. I couldn't imagine playing 4 games in 3 days. Even though we did do it in the regional in 19. But I got off the phone with Coach Godwin yesterday after I told him that I was getting called up, and then right after that we started talking Pirate baseball. So it's tough because I'm at the field. I can't really watch the games, but any chance I get, I'm streaming it on the ESPN app or whatever, so definitely keeping up with them, and Mom and Dad are keeping me updated too. So
yeah, that's awesome. It certainly is a Pirate family. Once a Pirate, always a Pirate. Burley, quick hair update. You still got a lot on the top, not as much as maybe you once had, and it looks like no facial hair going for you right now. So is that something you're going to go beardless here as long as you're hitting well?
So it's actually a organizational rule. You can't have facial hair. So, but it's not my favorite look. But if it's going to keep giving me hits, then I'll keep using it. So
there you go. That's all you can do. Alec Burleson joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line. Burley, thanks so much for a few minutes of your time, man. And like I said, we're keeping up with you. We're all rooting you on here in Greenville, and we're following you. We're all look, I'm a Braves fan, but with you and Cruz, I got to root for the Cardinals organization a little bit. So keep up the good work, man, and we'll keep in touch with you, and we wish you nothing but the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
Burley, Alec Burleson joining us earlier today on the Fixed NC Live Line. It is great to hear he is still the same old humble guy that he was when he was playing ball here at ECU. One of the ultimate competitors, a guy you wanted not only at the dish, but man, was a great pitcher here during his time at East Carolina as well.
The phrase, every time I turn around, something happens. It feels like every time I was getting on Twitter, there was a notification that Alec Burleson had hit another bomb, or was just getting base hits after base hits. So congratulations to him, and it's like you said earlier in the show, at this rate he might be in St. Louis this time next month.
He might be Bugs Bunny saying so long Screwy, see you in St. Louis. Anybody remember that? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap up today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac XT6 and save over $4,750. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hi, this is Jason Shepard with The Place, located on the Washington waterfront. The Place is not just a restaurant anymore. We are now the place for great food, great drinks, and great entertainment for all ages. We have karaoke Wednesday night, shag night Thursday, and live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as a great patio to enjoy the beautiful weather. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for all the latest information. The Place is located on Main Street on the Washington waterfront in historic downtown Washington. I look forward to seeing you at The Place.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey Birdland, the game plan is set and we're excited to welcome fans back to Oriole Park. To prepare, we've made updates to our game day policies to keep everyone healthy and safe. Oriole Park will feature limited capacity pod seating, digital ticketing through the MLB Ballpark app, contactless entry, and cashless transactions. All fans are required to wear masks and no outside food or bags will be permitted. The experience may be different, but the excitement is the same. Learn more about our game day health and safety policies at Orioles.com/welcome back.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Let's take a quick look at your stock market for today. The Dow dropped 54 points and closed at 34,327. The NASDAQ was down 50 at 13,379. And the S&P was down 10 at 4,163. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley, I got some audio of what it's going to sound like when Alec Burleson leaves AAA and heads to the big leagues.
Okay.
Do you want to hear that?
Sure.
All right.
So long, Screwy. See you in St. Louis.
There you go. We all have our soundboard.
Oh, Bugs Bunny. I love him.
Everybody's bringing their own personal soundboard to Pirate Radio Live now.
Sure.
All right, enjoyed the show today. Thanks for being a part of it, folks. We will see you Tuesday. Huge show as we will talk to Cliff Godwin. Troy D will be here in hour 3. We will talk to Wade Minter and recap tonight's Hurricanes and Predators game. He's the PA voice of PNC Arena. We will talk to Dorothea Forbridge, the EC women's golfer.
Do we have the proper pronunciation yet?
Yes, Dorothea Forbridge.
Okay,
will
just
join
making
us
sure.
on the show. And we will talk about the Let Them Play Classic. She'll be playing some golf out west later on this week. So looking forward to that conversation as well. That, Billy Weaver, and more on the way on Tuesday's Pirate Radio Live. For Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley Rhodes, Bugs Bunny, I'm Clip Rock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the